Yo, what up?
Hey, what's happening? What's happening?
What's going on? What's going on? We just kicking it.
Same old.
Just,
Yeah,
let me see.
yeah.
I got my let me see. I got them guys on that phone. Hey, it's nonstop bulldog, and I tell you.
Always, man. Yeah, love it, love it.
I found a picture of Richard Stratton and Howard Heinzel. So I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? I was say his picture. Then just
Yo.
oh, Borderland, what up?
What's going down? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yep.
Yes,
It's
sir.
happening.
What's going on, schoolboy?
I'm here, present.
Melee, what up? What up?
Melee.
What up, man? Schoolboy, what's up,
Melee?
man?
What's good, Melee?
Borderland, what's
Oh,
up, man?
good.
Shit, slow motion. Y'all never believe what I'm doing right now.
Yes,
I'm leaving work. They're meeting me halfway. They couldn't get a breeding done. So I was like, meet me. I'm about to do a breeding on the side of the highway.
Oh, you getting it? That's what's up.
Yeah, that's wherever you can.
That's bulldogging.
You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
I was like, fuck it. Put the dogs in the kennel. Meet me on the highway. Meet me halfway. I'll get it done.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, Schoolboy, what can you tell us about Howard Heinzel and Richard Stratton and their contribution to the game?
Well, Stratton, of course, you know, he's a historian mostly. You know, he loved the breed. He bred some good dogs. He knew Bob Wallace, and he got around a lot. That's why you see this picture with Stratton. He visited and spoke with, you know, went different places, saw a bunch of different dog men, so he was familiar with them. He's also an ADBA judge, and in the early years, most of the ADBA judges were dog men. So, in fact, one of the best dogs I've seen came from him, a dog named Hank, who was sired by Wilkerson and Powell's Little Boot. Just an all-around complete dog, a finisher. He was obedience trained and house trained and all that. Real, just what you would consider what a bulldog is, as far as all-around dog. And just a nice put-up animal, thick, you know, solid head like that, like a lot of the Hank dogs were. But he, you know, his books and all that, contribution, show judge, like that. Heinzel, of course, him and Richardson and a third party. It was actually a black guy who bred Diable, who made that breeding. The dogs belonged to Heinzel and Richardson. But the third party is the one who actually made the breeding. And he contributed years and years of his dogs, which are basically made up of Tudor, Colby, Leitner, Hemphill, what else? And one other, Corcoran or something like that. Basically five breeders' dogs made up the Heinzel bloodline. And that's true with almost every bloodline. They get dogs from here and there, different people they respect or dogs they seen they want to breed to, put them all together, and then they start line breeding them and some inbreeding and create their own family of dogs. And then if he did outcross, it was generally to the Colby stuff. Him and Colby were friends for years and years, just like him and Tudor were buddies years and years. White Rock, not only Dibo, but Lil, his sister, and Arizona Pete, who stayed in Arizona. Heinzel had him first, and then what's his name? Brown. Al Brown had Arizona Pete for most of his life. And he's the one who bred White Rock and Ernie, several other Daibo bred dogs. I think that's where he really took off, was the Daibo bred dogs mostly. And of course, like I said, Stratton got around a lot. So it's a historical picture. He's knowledgeable, intelligent. He's got 2 or 3 PhDs. Stratton does. And he's actually written, you know, we know all the pit bull books that he's written, but he's written other books on different breeds of dogs, on birds. He's probably authored 27 to 30 books altogether. Most people don't know that.
Wow.
He's still kicking too. He's still alive. And still got all his faculties.
Yeah, to him. I definitely felt like I needed to reach out, you know, putting together community at least to get it's like advice from Richard, you know, and just some ideas on what they was thinking when they was doing that stuff. Like, it's the thing to pay homage, you know, people that came before you. So I like to do that, you know. But it's
while they're still alive, you know.
Yeah, well, it's definitely a treat to chop it up with you, because as much as I know, or little as I know, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, it can't be born when you wasn't born. You know what I'm saying? Just some of the experiences and the temperature, like you talking about, he got degrees and stuff. Like, I ever known that? You don't know, because I mean, you don't have to have degrees to be a dog man, but that's an interesting facet to his game and his psyche, you know.
Yeah, and it's with, you know, most pit bull guys, dog men, breeders, compare whatever, you know, most of them are not highly educated, but some of them were. Harry Clark was another one that was highly educated. I have an audio tape and it's 2 sides, so I forget who's on which side and who's on the other side, but it's Harry Clark, Gaboon Trahan, Earl Tudor, Joe Corvino, Pete Sparks, and maybe another guy. But you can tell when you hear Harry Clark speak that he's educated, the way he talks. And there's you know, some of them were business owners, some of them were millionaires. Leo Kennard was a millionaire. That's why he could afford to take care of 600 dogs. And maybe 300 or 400 of them were pit bulls, and the other ones were just whatever dog, different breeds, mutts.
He had 600 dogs.
600 dogs.
Wow.
He probably owned thousands of acres. I don't even know what he did for a living, but I know he was rich. And I know that he would bring home any dog, a stray dog, this and that. He never called a dog either, according to what I've been told. Every dog that he had, if it was able to, lived out its entire life on his yard. He just loved dogs. So he had a ton of them. And like I said, not just pit bulls. But it gives you know, I tell people I write books. I'm not a writer, but Richard Stratton is a writer. He's formally educated. You know, he knows how to break it down. He knows there's a certain way to write things, and I just write how I speak, basically. Right. But he knows how to format it. He's a historian also. He knows a lot about the breed. But there's other people that are educated, and but he's one of the most, I would say, with at least 2 PhDs. I mean, even my daughter has a master's degree and she's working on her second master's, but the PhD comes after the master's degree. That's the highest form of education, pretty much, unless there's something else I don't know about. Yeah, well educated.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got Mike Dan in the building, Bay Lake, Borderland. Hey, it's a good day. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
Mike. Yeah, Mike.
How you doing? Schoolboy, how you doing, bro?
Good. Still breathing.
Yeah, y'all had a good show tonight. I was just over there.
All right. Thanks for your support.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was on there too, Schoolboy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No, make
I
sure.
had to cut out at the end, so I don't know how long they stayed after I cut out.
Yeah,
I
nah.
did
Make
too
sure
when he
everybody
said
get
that was
over
the
there and
last one.
support them brothers. You know.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah, but yeah, the history of the breed is interesting. It's filled with. I'm glad you brought that up because we don't really speak about certain aspects of the breed or the
So
people involved in it.
the old rugged cross was the Kobe old family cross.
No, it was Kobe Daibo
Kobe
or
Diamond.
Kobe Henry. Yeah.
Okay.
Or Kobe Tudor, basically Kobe Tudor,
Okay.
which would include the Henry dogs, and then later on the Daibo dogs. Yeah, that's what they called it. I think Heinzel coined that phrase. Heinzel or Tudor did coin that phrase.
Yeah. I remember hearing about that. I was trying to figure out what two of those old lines, because it
Yeah,
seems like that's like, because you see how the Red Boy Jocko is real popular today. It seems like, that cross, especially when you were talking about Kobe, was a real popular, cross that everybody was probably doing.
yeah, it's repeated over and over throughout the history of the breed, just like I speak on the origin of the pit bull, which is English and Irish dogs. So
Right.
that's repeated over and over. And so is the old rugged cross repeated over and over. Just the names change, the people change, and the names change, but it's basically the
So
same thing. If you want to say the Red Boy Jocko cross, it's a Kobe Daibo cross basically,
right.
and within that, just like Tudor did and Heinzel did and other people did, there's old family red nose in there too, even if it's just a little bit.
Right.
That's why Heinzel incorporated the Hemphill stuff, all that old family stuff.
Yeah, no, that
And
makes a lot of
it's
sense.
basically guys just getting, looking and seeing and meeting these people, becoming friends and whatever, and seeing the dogs, and they just choosing what they consider the best dogs. It wasn't really chasing bloodlines. It was more to the man or whoever behind the dog,
That's right.
what dogs they had, and then which ones they liked, and then they breed to them.
That's
For
right.
instance, Daibo was in North Carolina. If you look him up, a lot of times it says 3-time winner. I don't know if he was a 3-time winner, but I do know at least one of his matches was reported. And it was, I think Bob O'Neill is the one who conditioned and handled him in North Carolina. So that's where his match was taking place. So my guess would be while he was there, somebody probably bred to him. Whether they were pups for sale or whether it was widely known or whatever, I don't know. But it would make sense that those guys were friends. So they had Daibo and he called up Tudor, or Tudor was there. He might have said, "Hey, I'd like to breed the dog. Sure, go ahead. You condition them, handle them if you want, breed to them." That happened a lot. It even happened during my time. If you went down to Mexico and you had to leave your dog there before bringing them back to the United States, and your friend is there, he's going to ask, or you're going to offer to breed the dog if they like the dog. Or if it's a female, they like your stuff, whatever. Hey, can I breed them? I'll give you some pups out of it. Breed her, go up the litter here and give you some pups. A lot of times, yeah, go ahead. And that's how they make connections. And a lot of these dogs are whelped that way, using that process.
Right. Okay, so I was talking to one of my partners the other day, and we was getting on these blue dogs, and we was getting on these dogs, and the staffs and those colors come in through some of those dogs and stuff. He alluded because he comes back, he goes back to some dog fighting lineage, way back, you know what I'm saying, his grandparents and parents, and you know what I'm saying, way back, you know what I'm
Right.
saying. And
Right.
so he probably knows some stuff, that some untold secrets and stuff, basically, or have heard different things, you know. And
Right.
it's, to my understanding, that I don't know what year, but some of these dog man were actually adding some of those staffs and the, you know, sons to the blood, and that's what was bringing some of those dogs out. So a lot of time, like, because I see, like, most of us, we're gonna be like, no, you're crazy, like this isn't happening. And even me, before I kind of heard this, you know, it was like, wait a minute. And then like he's very knowledgeable in the game. He kind of alluded to you know, let's say if you did take a, what are they, English staffs, or what are they? What are those?
The staffs.
The staff bulls, staffy bulls. What, like, what
Yeah,
are they?
yeah.
Like,
The American Staffordshire Terrier is
okay.
basically, mostly, it's got some other stuff in it probably, but it's mostly the Henry dogs or Swineford dogs or
Okay.
the what's that other one? Shit, I forgot. But it's that stuff. That's why the staff look that way. Because
Right.
that's what Blackjack Jr. and Blackjack, that's the way they look. More of that staff like looking pit bull.
So then they
So they have a
crossed it
lit.
with some other type of bulldog or something?
No, they actually took those bloodlines, and that's what made the American Staffordshire Terrier, and probably some Colby in there.
Right.
Right. So back in the day, they were the same dog. They just had a different name. The AKC would not use the word pit in declaring a breed, right? A purebred dog. So, and a lot of the pit bull, the English dogs, came from Staffordshire County in England. So they adopted that name as Staffordshire Terrier, meaning if they're English dogs, they're called Staffordshire Terrier. If they're English dogs bred here in the United States, they're called American Staffordshire Terrier. So they have two breeds, and the only difference really is the size. The staffs are kind of smaller, and the American Staffordshire Terriers are bigger. But also they're different from the bully staffs or the bull staff or whatever, them little tiny ones, right? It's not those. So if you go farther back, the farther back you go, the closer you get to dogs of those type of dogs still being competed with, right? And in later years, and the UKC is the one who, like in 1935, they stopped dog fighting, made it a law. You can't do this and that. So they got away from the pit side of it. But that doesn't mean that everybody that had staffs still didn't match their dogs back then. They just went a different direction. And that's what we talk about in today's time, where they're watered down and they're not the same dogs, which is true. But even so, they still have some of those traits. And most people would tell you if a staff gets worked up enough, it'll fight. It may not be game, but it'll fight. And there's still going to be some that are game because it's in their lineage to be that way. So what these guys did later on, like Carver and like Hunter, Earl Hunter, and maybe even Jake Kaler, some of these people, what they would do is they would cross, I don't know if this is true or not, but it was said that this lady who owns staffs lived across the street and down the road from Carver. So every once in a while, he would breed his pit bulls to those staffs. And from my experience, what I've seen, the reason for doing that, maybe a little bone structure, this and that, but it's basically to put mouth in your dogs. If you're familiar with any pit bull staff cross, most of them have hard mouths. So that's why they would do that. It's like an outcross, but it's kind of within the same breed, not an outcross, but a mixed breeding, meaning two different breeds of dogs. but it's within the same parameters of having the same lineage in the past. And just like some people, I don't know if it's true or not again, but some people would say that Walter Komasinski, he had bull terriers. So he would, and he had a lot of Colby dog, a lot of Colby blood, and he goes way back too. So some of his stuff is back there when even Leitner was matching dogs in his early days. They say that he crossed the bull terrier with the pit bull. That's why Komasinski dog, you'll see a lot of them have that slope, kind of like the old sport dog and kind of like a bull terrier. So it's a way to incorporate certain traits from something that shares a lineage, even if it's way in the back, with the American Pit Bull Terrier. And that's been done a lot. Even Buffalo Soldier, you know, I've had him on my channel a few times. Some of his best dogs were staffs. Now he didn't continue with it because there wasn't the consistency with them. But he had some famous dogs that were mostly staffs, like Grand Champion Farah. He was an 8-time winner, 1-time loser. He's the only one, to my recollection, that beat Rebel Kennels twice in a row. And he had Stacy, and he had Champion Stacy and Champion, I forget the other one's name. But he actually had staffs that he competed with. And then when they kind of petered out, he added more pit bull to it. And that's what most of the guys did. Let's say you throw something else in there. There's rumors that they throw hound dog and they throw this and that, whatever. Staff and bull terrier and all this stuff. The ones that know what they're doing will take that, the best ones from that mix or whatever it is, and they go back to the pit bull. And all they're looking to do is when they make that mix, they're looking for certain traits, like with a staff. Want more mouth? Breed to a staff. So if they get it, they're going to take the offspring from that mix and go back to the pit bulls and hopefully retain that mouth. If they do and they retain it, they can keep it in their bloodline, and whatever faults the staff or the bull terrier, whatever it has in it, is weeded out over 2 or 3 generations. So it may be a 50-50 mix at first. You take that, breed it back to the pit bull. Now it's 3/4 pit bull and 1/4 the mix. And then you do it again and you do it again. And then after so many generations, you can put the staff back in there again. It's not uncommon that people did that. But I've seen some of those staff pit bull, they can bite. Huh? They could. Like it was nothing, you know. But the Henry dogs, that's what they were known for. They were finishers and they were hard biters, rough and rugged.
Yeah.
So I could see how that would work.
Yeah. Nah, you know, I think the evolution of the dogs is probably a little faster, you know, because the generation, you know, you get generations quick. It's not like a human. You know, you get generations within a matter of years. You know, I can go through 5 generations in 10 years, you know?
Yeah, that's a good point, because I made the same point not too long ago. Is it we see the results faster in dogs.
Right.
And with game fowl or rooster, whatever it is, you see it faster, because the gestation period for chickens is 3 weeks. So you can have a shitload of chickens within a few months. But with dogs, and because dogs and humans are similar because we're mammals, they're using dogs now to you know, to make comparisons with humans, you know, like hierarchy and family unit and their diet, all this stuff. So you're right, with dogs, you can do it a lot faster. It doesn't take a long time because they don't live that long. So they mature faster. The results come faster. You don't have to wait 21 years for an adult dog. At the most, it's 3 years. So yeah, the turnaround is quick compared to how long we live. So within you know 2, 3, 4 generations, man, there's a lot of information that you can gather. There's a lot of traits that you can retain. There's stuff you can weed out, and you can lay a foundation after 3 or 4 generations. And as long as you keep the traits within your family, you don't lose them. And I think that's the concept that people don't get. That's why I'm always talking about don't do this and don't do that, and this is what happens, and blah, blah, blah. Because the consensus a lot of times is, well, for instance, well, cur dogs produce great dogs, yeah. Cold dogs produce great dogs, yeah. Well, this, I got a dead game dog. He don't have no ability and he don't have no mouth, but he's game, right? You don't have to use them excuses. You don't have to keep them culls in your breeding program, because once you develop a foundation, you have the traits you want. You don't never have to lose them. So one thing that comes up all the time, if you had a choice, what would you take? Mouth or gameness? My answer is neither one. I ain't splitting them. Why can't I have both? Why would you settle for anything less than both? Or a dog with good air. He don't have no air, but I'm going to throw him in there because he's game and he can bite and all. No, don't do that. Because that one fault, if it's a major fault, once you put it in there, you screwed your whole shit up.
Mm-hmm.
You messed it up. And that's why people don't have consistency. That's my experience. But that's why I speak the way I do a lot of times on breeding and animal husbandry and, epigenetics and, how you influence your dogs from a pup and what you do with them as they're growing up and their feed, nutrition, housing, preventative maintenance, good immune system and all this shit. Because it's not hard to retain once you have it, but it's real easy to screw up if you don't have a set of rules and standards that you follow. That's why you see inconsistency in a lot of breeders. And it's also the reason why top breeders, for the most part, they don't do that. They make exceptions every once in a while, which everybody does. It's never 100% do it this way or that way. There's certain reasons why you have to make exceptions. That's okay. But for the most part, if you stick to your standards, you're going to have consistency. And then you don't never have to lose the traits. But like I said, the easiest way to lose them is throw some crap in there. Like talking to the past, like a very game dog. Oh, he's game as hell. He ain't got no air and he can't bite. Can't fight worth a shit, but he's game. You don't have to settle for that. I wouldn't breed a dog like that. I wouldn't get rid of a dog like that, because to me, back in the day, any dog that was game deserved to live out its life. That's how much I admired the breed.
Absolutely.
That's respect. That's respect for the
absolutely
for the animals.
Right. But you don't have to breed them either. Be a nice pet. I got kids. I got
that's right.
relatives. They all raised with my dog, so I could put them anywhere. There's no reason like I can't afford it, or I'm not going to breed them, so why am I going to keep them? Well, there's options. I could have. I lived on 2.5 acres.
I talked to Mr. Burns. This was about maybe 25 years ago, maybe 22 years ago or something. He said that keep it for a road dog.
Why not? That's another reason. He's not going to quit. Right. And it's something that's not just they don't quit, and it's good for young dogs, teaching this and that.
Right.
It also has the effect,
it'd be just for a young dog, but not too much.
Right. But it also has the effect of, we'll say older dogs teach young dogs different things. They can ruin them. They can impress them. They can enhance what they have, whatever it is. That's what a good game road dog is like that. It teaches a young dog that this son of a bitch ain't going to stop no matter what. And it might influence them in a positive way, where it helps that young dog mature faster, knowing that, hey, this is the real shit. This ain't no playing around. So there's positives all the way around for it. And that's a good point, because that's what a lot of people did. And even myself, I had one dog that's what he was. His brothers were good. He was good. He wasn't top notch, but he could bite a little bit. He could fight. He was smart, but he wouldn't quit. And whatever I put him on, because he had so much time on him and experience, he could handle whatever you put on him. If a dog bit hard that got on him, he'd get on their head or their muzzle. If it was the dog wasn't really into it, he'd get in their ass and just kick the hell out of them. You know, show them this is for real. It'll wake a pup up, a young dog, not a pup. But that's just the verbiage we use. But it'll wake them up, and let them know this is for real.
I got a question for the panel. Can a man with no 1,500? Appreciate you, long way for the super chat too. Basically, can a man with no $1,500 stud fee or no 2,500 to spend, just say a top dog man right now, do he have longevity in this game? Who spent money to get started? And then he said Buck spent a lot of money over the years. So let's open it up and see what some of the answers are from the panel.
I say yes. And the reason why I say that, now, I don't know you, bro, but it's just like getting fucked. You got to get in position, right?
Right.
It's like that with anything in life, man. You got to put yourself in position. And if you're a quality individual, man, you ain't gonna have no hard time getting no dog. Now,
right.
I got a friend just made a real expensive breed. I would say he about $4,000 into it now, right? So naturally, he's not gonna be trying to just give away something. But at the same time, man, I'm gonna tell you, some of the best dogs I had were given to me, man. And you know, oftentimes people want to know that they're dogs because they take them real personal. They want to know that they're going to a good home and that they're going to have a fair shot in life. That's huge with a lot of people. A lot of people may not know that, man. You know, you hear a lot of rah-rah on this YouTube. I call it the Matrix, right? You hear all this rah-rah this, rah-rah that. But, man, you'd be surprised what a good quality individual can do in this game. And that's why I say it depends on you. It's like that with anything in life, man. Now, if you got it to spend, yeah, you know, you might develop a relationship with a man that has a really nice yard. You know, man, I went to my buddies to get a dog and I had the money in my pocket. He said, man, I don't feel right charging you. He said, you can give me a bag of dog food right now. I really wouldn't care. But I paid him. And I paid him based on the strength of what came out of his mouth, man. That meant something to me. You know, and I know how he is about letting his dogs go to homes and what kind of home they're going to have and what kind of care they're going to have. So a lot of that, the long way depends on you, man. And can you build a yard from that? Absolutely. Now, I'm not knocking nobody that's worked hard over the years and decades to put themselves in position, you know, to charge a nice dollar for their dogs. If they got good dogs, they got good dogs. But know this, every puppy is a crapshoot. You ain't guaranteed no Chinaman or whatever out of their buck or nothing. You ain't guaranteed that. So, you know, you're going to go through a lot of disappointments and stuff. You know, this ain't for the faint of heart, man. These dogs. I'm telling you, it takes time. It takes patience. I remember I was running around buying dogs from this yard, and that yard. And everybody's like, man, slow down, man. And I bought my first puppy in 1973 for $5 from a friend. And they said, man, you run around here spending all this money, but are they selling you what they're using? See, this was a different day and time, right? It was different back then.
They told you that. They told you that way back then.
Way back then.
Woo.
Told me to pump the brakes. Are they selling you what they're using? See, it's the difference. So if you got somebody that's active back then and you went to their yard, naturally you don't want what they're using. You don't want somebody that got it sitting over on the side of the yard, you know, say, oh, I'll take $5,000 for this one or 1,500. No, you don't want that. You want to develop relationships, man. Relationships will carry you a long way. Start there. Don't worry about your paper. Start with a relationship, man.
Right.
Relationship.
Show your worth. Show your worth.
Yes. Forget about all this stuff you see on YouTube, man. This ain't bulldogging. This is not. I can't stress that enough. This is not bulldogging. y'all lucky enough to have people like Schoolboy around. I don't have that kind of. I'm 66 years old. I ain't got that kind of memory that he got.
This
Man.
is recess, right? This YouTube is recess. This is after you get through working and then you just come and chill and just, you know, maybe drink a Corona or something. You know, this is recess.
That's right.
This is not the game. I keep telling people, but maybe I'm not. It's not coming across because those relationships, man, are important out here, man. You know.
Yes. That's
my bad. Yo, I lost signal.
Oh, you good, my brother? You good, brother?
So what I missed?
Nothing. We just talk about the question. The question was can you get on with little to no money out here in this game? That's what the brother the long way put the question up. Can a man with little or no bread do his thing?
Well, I think so if you know the right people. It's like that's where I popped in where they was saying building relationships. Well, that's where it all starts at.
Right.
Right. The relationships that's how I feel about it. Speaking of which, Schoolboy, my boy told me to ask you if you remember over in Mexico at Poncho stuff back in the day. His name is Fred Perez.
Say that again if I remember what?
You used to call him Slick over there when you in Mexico. We would run into you at the shows, at Poncho shows, and you would call him Slick. Yeah, that's my partner, man.
Okay, cool. Yeah. We had some good times down there. Down there. Yeah. Now to the question, the first gentleman that talked, I couldn't have said it any better. That was on point. It's exactly what it is. If you think of it this way, anything you get into is going to cost you money. But how much money you want to spend is going to depend on your income or what you can afford. But you don't. The one point he made, I'll reiterate it. The best dogs I got were given to me.
That's right.
And where the money's going to cost you in that respect is you may have to travel to someone's house. You may have to spend time with them. You may have to, whatever you got to do. And if you're loyal and straight up and honest and you ain't a thief or a whatever, and you're serious about it and you love the breed, you're going to find somebody who's going to connect with you. And you may have to buy a dog. Everybody buys dogs. That's just a given. That's what you have to do. And again, it just depends on who you talk to, what they have. And another good point was, were they using what they selling? If they ain't, then maybe that's not what you want.
That's right.
But once you make that relationship, they're going to trust you. So they want you to have a good dog. They want to give you a good one because they trust you to, take care of it right and do it right and all that stuff. And it's just going to reflect back on them. This dude sells good dogs, or he gave me a good dog, or whatever.
That's right.
But that takes time and money to build that relationship. You don't have to be rich. Most of the people in dogs ain't rich. They don't have a lot of money. On the flip side, if somebody wants a dog bad enough, they're going to pay whatever. They don't question the price. But it's no shame if you can't afford that guy's price. And I don't knock people for selling their dogs whatever they want to sell them for. That's their business. My option is I don't have to buy it if I don't want it.
I mean, if you call somebody, Schoolboy, if you call somebody that's known for selling puppies, right? I mean, that's pretty much what they're known for. They're breeding. They got, maybe have multiple litters on the ground. And you call them up and say, I'm interested in a puppy. Well, you not knowing that person, they're gonna give you a set price. Yeah, I want $1,500 for this litter over here and $2,000 for this litter over here. But it's important. Bob Love was my mentor, but it took me years to get to that yard, man. You know what I mean? And once I got there, I cherished that moment, man. And that's just the fact.
Yeah.
You know,
And whether you knew it or not at the time, he was one of the best. So whether that happened by luck
oh,
or
I
you
knew it.
recognize that this dude, this person, he knows his shit and he's good and he this and that, that could be the angle too. Some people do fall into dogs by luck. I have a friend. He started with Barney Fife, and the only reason he knew Barney Fife was because Barney Fife lives next to his grandmother. So
Mm-hmm.
he was a 13, 14-year-old kid when he met Barney Fife, and that was his mentor, and they became friends and all that stuff.
Right.
It don't happen that way all the time. But the other thing is, here's the thing, because people sometimes have an expectation for a pup or a guarantee or whatever. You can't guarantee shit. Just like he said, it's a toss of the dice when you're grabbing a pup. It could be a good one. It could be not a good one. You could get a bunch of them that ain't worth the shit if they're puppies, and you could get one right off the bat, and that's a top dog.
That's right.
And that's where the longevity comes in. The breed, if you really stick with it, you'll end up getting good stuff, and you make those relationships. And not only that, if you're serious and the person you get dogs from is serious as well, you're going to be. It's not just one sided. It's not like he took care of you and he's your friend and all that. That stuff is going to come back to him, because you're going to breed it into your stuff, and you're going to have your own stuff, and he might like it too. So now you're trading pups and you're trading dogs back and forth. And I did that with a couple of people. And I don't take this the wrong way, but I looked at it like I did my weed. At some point, I'm not paying for weed no more. And at
That's
some
right.
point, I'm not going to pay for dogs no more, right? Because I made these relationships. I'm a solid dude. They like what I have. I like what they have. Let's trade. There ain't nothing wrong with that. And that's how it usually ends up. And I would imagine it's still that way today. I know it happens in Mexico that way. That's just the way it is. They make these solid relationships, and now they trade in dogs back and forth. And it allows the breeder, the main breeder at least, to where he can have more of his dogs because his buddy has them, and this guy has them, this guy has them. If they're solid people, it's all good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, I was going to say I agree, but
100.
at the end of the day, it's still depending on the individual. Far as somebody could get good dogs and don't know what they're doing with them, fuck them up. You get what I'm saying? And I agree for the fact that I'm type living the situation. 6 years ago, about 7, because my main dog, he about 6. So this say 6 years ago, my old timer, had a litter. I wasn't type, we wasn't that fly, you know what I mean? So I was offering to buy the pups. Um, he started going with my cousin. So now I'm actually seeing the guy a little bit more. So I'm on his ass like, yo, what's up? You gonna sell me him? Sell me him? Now one of my friends happened to whelp the puppies, so they actually at my friend's house. So you know what I mean. So long story short, he tell me it's a male over there, it's a female. So basically, you pick which one you want, you can go grab it. So I'm like, say no more. I go over there, same few minutes. Not playing with you. I go right over there. So my friend, he got 5 puppies. The dog had 10, so he only got 5 left. But he gave me 3 of them because it was too much for him to handle. You feel what I mean? So he gave me 3 of them. Like, man, you might as well take all them shits, man. Long story short, I got 2 of them shits still to today. One of them wound up. The winter took one of them. I bred my male a few times in the 6 years. I bred the female one time in the 6 years. Female titled up, whatever the case may be. And to this day, motherfuckers trying to send me dogs. You know what I mean? I had moved from up top to get more space, get more room, and do my own thing. And I'm good, basically. You know what I'm saying? And I still be wanting to purchase dogs, But then it be on, I think Mike Dan just said it be on some shit where it's like, why buy dogs when I got individuals want to send dogs down here on the regular? I don't accept them dogs because, you know, motherfuckers be in too much shit. So, you know, at the end of the day, I be on some shit like I'm just gonna fall back and do what I'm doing. But that's how I got my shit started. And that was 6 years ago, you know what I mean? And I'm all right, like, you know, I can't complain type shit.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
everything everything that you think can happen in the dogs, good, bad, and different, is gonna happen if you're in the dogs long enough.
that's right.
And the relationships that don't work out, just cut them loose, let them go. Talk shit if you want to, but stay focused on what you're doing. It takes time before you trust someone, and some people shady. They fool you into thinking they're your friend. So when the relationship ends, they might have screwed you over. The only positive out of that is that they ain't getting no more of your dogs.
Right.
So if they talk shit about your dogs, my question would be, well, why'd you want them in the first place? If they ain't worth a shit now, why did you want my dogs in the first place?
That's
They
what
just sour.
Yeah,
They just sour because they fucked up. So now they have to talk shit.
yeah.
Whereas if you keep the relationship good, everybody on the up and up, you ain't gonna run out of dogs. And if you still feel like buying something you think is necessary, important like that, go buy it. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. But everything happens to everybody. It ain't like somebody smooth through this dog game clean.
That's right.
It ain't gonna happen, man. It ain't. You know, the
Man, that dog,
smartest dude.
when he was a puppy, I drove 30 hours to get that puppy.
Yeah,
30 hours. And he was
Yeah.
a gift. He was a gift to me.
Yeah.
But it took me 30 hours, 15 hours one way to go get that puppy, man. He was 6 weeks old.
Yeah.
And it's the thing, you know, a lot of times, like I say, some of them won't turn out, some of them may. But don't drag somebody's yard, man, because you went up, he got trash over there. You can't base a man's whole yard off of one puppy. That's
Not at all.
Right.
realistic.
No.
Not even 2 or 3. Not even one litter.
No.
It's
Yeah,
got to
not
be,
even
you
one.
know, because
No.
because you're gonna get that no matter what. It's gonna happen to you if you breed dog. You can have some litters ain't gonna be that good.
That's
Some
right.
litter might not work out. You got some that are top shelf. Those are the ones you follow. But you can't get away from all this shit happen to you. It's gonna happen. It just, how dedicated are you? How honest are you?
Mhm.
And do you want to stick with it? If you stick with it, I guarantee, because I ain't the smartest dude in the world, and I ain't the richest dude in the world, this and that. So my point is, if I can do it, anybody could do it. But not everybody has the same dedication.
There you go.
That's
Yeah,
it.
That's the whole thing.
it's crazy. It's crazy you say that because uh back to the I'm always speak on, you know, my experience. Uh like I said, my friend had them 2 puppies when old head told me to go get the puppies. Well, one anyway. When I went over there, he gave me them 3. I wasn't expecting to go get 3 puppies. You get what I'm saying? I was expecting to go get 1. He gave me them 3. I took them 3, not even thinking about it, because I knew them ships was gonna get taken care of, well taken care of. And my friend, I want to say 2, 3. Nah, they were like 6, 7 months. He wound up selling his shit. He wound up selling one, and this one got away, and you know what I mean. And it used to be, I'm trying to look the right word, comforting to me, because every time old timer seen me with them dogs, because I used to be walking them shits, you know what I'm saying? So every time he see me with them shits, first thing, yo, man, that motherfucker look good. You know what I mean? All of them shits, like yo, them motherfuckers look good, man. That's why to this day, like he be on my ass, like, yo, bro, I got something for you. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, cause like I said, I done built what I
Yeah.
got off the shit he gave me. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
My
Right.
man had motherfucking a litter, cause I inbred them 3 years ago. 10 puppies. I kept 3 of them shits, bro. I
You
sent
got
all them
good
shits.
track record with them. You know, that's
Man,
that
bro, I sent
relationship.
them shits in. My cousin was helping me with the dogs when I was in Jersey. One of my peoples was helping, you know what I mean? So I sent them shits in. Like, I did my part, like, you know what I mean? So I stayed solid to the motherfuckers that, you know, put me in the game. And it's funny because me and my friends used to always argue, like, because he used to always be like, it's wintertime, so, yo, he ain't bringing no hay over here, he ain't bringing no food. Da, da, da. I said, bro, I just got 3 puppies, bro, for free. You think I'm calling this man asking about some dog food, bro? Asking about some hay? Like, come on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he used to be on it like that,
Yeah.
like, bro, like, damn, he ain't sending me no money. I said, bro, I don't give a fuck about none of that, bro. If I got to go in there and make my dogs a pot of rice, my man, they gonna eat. Like, you bugging. You feel what I'm saying?
Right, right. Yeah. Well, if let's backwards a little bit. We talking about the dog. If you can get on with no money, that, you know, those things right there, and because there are people in the community that they're not in it for the money and they just need to place a handful of them. You know what I'm saying? But
Amen.
the fact that somebody was able to throw you that lob and you didn't drop that ball, though, I think that's more important than anything.
That's right. That's right, Buck.
You
Say
could
that.
have dropped that ball, brother. You feel
Mm,
me? You could have
Bro,
fumbled that bundle,
100.
and that fucked it up for everybody.
I promise you, every
That's
time that man
100.
saw me with them dogs, yo, first thing out of his mouth, man, yo, that motherfucker look good, bro. I'm like, man, I don't fuck around, bro. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I got a family and everything, but, you know, these dogs is, this is what I do type shit. Like, so I ain't even about to fuck around. Like, you know, I don't play that shit. That's why I said, and I had my dogs in a situation where I'm in New Jersey, so shit type tight up there where it's like, you know, and I had them right here over there, like, and me not actually going over there because I had somebody holding it down. I lost one of them shits, bro. I probably was in North Carolina like 3 months later, bro. You know what I'm saying? If I could get the space, man. I said, man, I ain't fucking around, bro. And that shit crushed me because she was her, like, she was the one, like, you feel me? So I'm like, man, you know what I mean? But like I said, when my man had the puppies, I sent everything in, man. Like, I did my part, like, to show motherfuckers how loyal I get, like, you know what I'm saying? Old time I just bought some shit down here, actually, like a couple months ago and shit. That black shit I showed you.
Right.
So, you know, that's why I said, I mean, and I started from basically nothing, because them shits was free. You get me?
Let me see.
and out of respect, you want to do the best thing you can for that dog, man, and show that appreciation. That's the best thing you can do. You know, feed them right, raise them right, do all the things you need to do. You know,
There
maybe
ain't
you
Yeah.
nothing
get
else to
something
do.
else later on. Like, oh, I think this will work well with what we got. You know what I mean? All kind of stuff.
Like that. Yep. Like
Yeah.
that. But if you ruin the deal, don't blame the guy. Don't make it sound like, I got a pup from him. I'm helping him out. I cut his feed bill, help him with it. No, it ain't that. He did you a favor. Show your appreciation. Try and do it the right way.
That's why I said I was
Because
damn near begging Brody, man. Let me buy one of them
yeah,
pups, man. He like, oh, my aunt got one, and I said I'm gonna give her one, and I said, bro, whatever you want, I'm gonna buy it, bro. The minute that man said, matter of fact, man, it's a girl over there, you can grab her. Or matter of fact, it's a boy, you can either one you want. And I went over there, my man gave me all 3 of them shits, bro. I'm not about to even ask no questions. You hear me? Oh,
yeah,
old time I knew I had all 3 of them. Actually came
yeah.
like 2 weeks later and got them in probably a week, a couple days actually, and got their shots because they took the whole litter to get the shots. Brung all 3 of them back. Now I thought they was gonna do some funny shit at that time. Like then they about to probably take 2 of these shits. But the nigga brung all 3 of them shits back, boy. I said, oh, all right, say no more. Know what I mean? I'm not about to beg him, ask him for no money. I'm not about to hound him for this or nothing. I'm doing what I'm doing. Like you feel me? I'm working. I'm doing what I'm doing. That's why I said them shits was like 8 months, and my man wound up selling his shits or doing whatever he did, man. And then, like, to this day, like, and then my man, when I had them 10 puppies 3 years ago, cause I still got my shits in the yard. But when I had them puppies, my man was damn near on my ass, like, yo, you gonna send me something? I'm like, boy, you sold a aunt and uncle, like, I ain't about to, you feel what I'm saying? I ain't seen you
Yeah.
these shits. Be like, come on, bro, I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on who you get the dog from too. They should have some type of reputation, and it
Yeah.
matters. It matters who bred them, what they do with them, why they got them, how long they've been breeding them. If
Absolutely.
a breeder can't tell you the good and bad about his dog, he's not being honest. So it's a two-way street in that respect. You got to go to good people, and the way I did it back in the day was, I like certain styles of dogs. I like certain bloodlines. Who got it? Who doing good with it? And then I go to that person, and then we start doing things, get along. I've traveled over there. They come out here. Yeah. Oh yeah. I traveled 31 miles straight to Mexico, nonstop, and 31 miles back
Mm-hmm.
just to do some dog stuff. And I've been several times. Someone back east meets us halfway in Texas. We come out from the west, go to Texas just to trade dogs or drop something off. Spend a couple hours, 15-hour drive, spend a couple hours, eat, talk some shit, and see you later, and then go back home. It's amazing what people would do for these dogs. I traveled 4.5 hours just for a 5-minute roll.
I drove to North Carolina. It took me 2 days from Seattle, Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
I picked up 5 dogs. I stayed there. I took 2 days to get there. We stayed 1 day. It took me 2 days to get back.
Like that. 5 days just
Yeah,
to get a couple of pups.
that's right.
All the way to the other side of the country.
And you don't think nothing about it. You ain't have 1 second thought about it.
Nah, hell no.
No.
Nah, hell no. I wanted that. Man, I plotted that. All I needed was a couple people to go with me. That's it.
Yeah.
Once I had that, we got the last person at the last minute.
Yeah, that's how I'm pulling out.
On this road.
I'm pulling out just like that.
I'm on the side of the freeway waiting to do a breeding.
Yeah,
I was watching one of these shows, and
that's what I'm talking about. That's real bulldogging right there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he in it.
Getting it in.
You know what I'm saying? Well, not this breeding for shift at work. We about to get this in, and I'm going back, go to sleep, and go to work in the morning.
That's right.
On the flip side, building your yard with little to nothing. On the flip side, it could be frustrating as shit. I don't know how my personality might come across with the people that I was around. Said it's a lot of competition, and I might come across as a dude that but maybe motherfucker might not want to help all the time. You know what I'm saying? And because I don't know, it was just kind of weird. It was frustrating. I really couldn't get the pieces that I really wanted, though. You know what I'm saying? It was like, or okay, they got a litter coming, so you waiting on the litter, then the litter get there, and then I don't have enough, or just like it'd be some bullshit sometimes, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And then my partner told me, he was like, man, if you want, you got to buy what you want, bro. You got to buy what you want. He was in his bag at that time, so he was able to, get what the fuck he wanted and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of playing I did all this for y'all back then and shit. What's happening? That kind of role.
Well, you can do it that way too.
It didn't work out. It didn't work out.
Yeah.
See, when you got shit, it's easy to get shit. You know what I'm saying? So there might be some type of initiation fee, just to kind of get you in the dough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I had one friend. He's a top dog guy too. He would, if he liked a certain person's dog and they had a litter or 2 litters or whatever, and it could be more than one person, he'd buy 3 or 4 pups out of the litter, or he'd buy the whole litter. Because in his mind, he's thinking, if I buy 3 or 4 pups, one of them got to work out. If I buy the whole litter, one or two probably going to work out.
Right.
And he'd just go through them. But when you're starting out, you're going to go through a bunch of dogs, unless you just happen to, someone like Bakary, he landed with some good people, got some good dog right off the jump, top dogs. That doesn't happen all the time. Most of the time it don't. So you're going to go through a bunch of dogs. I went through several of them, and I ended up with 3. That was my foundation. And then another bitch we bred to. So 4. It wasn't mine, but it was bred similar to mine, real similar. But that's what I started out with, 3 dogs. It's not unusual. And then you build from there.
Well, I look at Buck's breedings. Buck's been breeding dogs for quite a while. I've noticed that by looking at a lot of the pedigrees he's put up there. He's had some good dogs, but then he settled on something that he liked. Evidently probably gave him some consistency. You know what I mean? And it probably took him some time to get there. So, like Schoolboy said, everybody ain't gonna get it off the rip. I certainly did it, man. But man, you might go through 50 puppies to get one good one. I'm just keeping it a buck, man. Ain't no need in playing with this, man. That's just how it is.
Right. You're right.
Now you can minimize maybe to 25 or 30, going to the right spot and hooking up with the right people. But you got to have patience, and it takes time, man. You got to do your due diligence when it comes to this, man. It ain't no overnight success type thing.
Yeah, and that's common, very common. You can go. In fact, Rastaman, everybody know who Rastaman is. He said he started with 40 dogs one time. By the time he went through them, he had 6 dogs left.
6.
But they were top dogs.
About right, though. I mean, what do you expect to have 34 left? Like, what do you expect?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So so you only get rid of 6 out of 40.
But some people don't think that way, Buck. They don't think that way. They don't think with common sense, and they don't understand that there's examples of that happening across the board. It happened with Tudor, Heinz, all these people we're talking about. Richard Stratton,
that's what it is.
Maurice Carver.
That's how you know that
everybody
that dog
did
is
that.
good.
That's right.
Because you had 40 of them that wasn't. Or when you get this bloodline, and what I always say, like, it depends on the dog. Like, you're like, damn, why the fuck you always say that? Well, it does. It depends on the dog. I can't just point you in that direction and forget about those 7 or 8 of them that wasn't shit. You know? Okay, fuck it. We could talk about that. Let's talk about that then. I mean, that's what we're going to. This topic is
where it paid off for me in the long run was where it paid off for me in the long run was when somebody I was connected with wanted to send me a dog. It was a grown dog ready to go. I didn't have to go through none of the stuff. If I want to look at them, I look at them, but sometimes I did. Most of the time I did, but it wasn't long. But that's the payoff. Now I don't have to raise a dog. I don't have to do this. And it's someone else's dog, but if they have the same kind of standards, you're okay. And then you just use them. You could breed them if you want. You could use them. I used them mostly in competition. A couple of them I bred to them because I really liked them. So there's, like I said, there's all kinds of facets to it. But if you ain't dedicated and you ain't willing to accept losses or shit ain't gonna work out all the time, then you ain't gonna last. The average maybe is different now, but back in the day, the average time a person who got involved with a pit bull was 5 years. That was kind of the marker whether you're going to stay or you're going to get out, and a lot of people got out.
Yeah,
they couldn't handle it.
He said it's hard to trash some shit you saved up an arm and a leg for.
Yeah, well, there again, there's that mindset. There's that mindset. If you don't accept that is going to happen, then you're going to have to rethink. Because, like I said, it happened to everybody. Money you could have bought a house with, man. It just that's the way it is.
Do this.
All right, brother. Good luck.
Yeah, man.
Good luck.
Salute to you, brother. Good luck.
For sure. We about to get it in. I'll hit back if y'all still on.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, I understand. That's why I say sometimes you make exceptions, man. You spent this money on this dog. Maybe you want to breed it. Maybe you don't even want to look at it. I'm talking back in the day. Take the chance. See how it works out for you. But once you've developed a family of dog, you have your foundation. You don't have to make a lot of excuses for them. Why am I going to breed a dog that has a hard mouth but quit when I have another one that has a hard mouth and didn't quit? You don't have to make excuses no more. No reason for that. It takes time to get to that point, but that's the way I looked at it. Oh, you did this. Oh, he did that, and maybe I'll try him later. No, his brother didn't quit. His brother can fight like hell. He's not the one. So I don't breed him. Let it go. It doesn't matter if they bred the same genes, same pedigree, that don't matter. That's to your point, Buck. The dog matters. Which ones are you using? Which ones are you keeping?
You don't want every dog to continue your bloodline.
Yeah, every dog ain't worth it. That ain't worth every dog. It can't happen that way. It just, whether it's nature or whatever it is, it just don't happen that way.
Yeah, you got to be honest with yourself. Don't lie to
Yes, sir. Yeah. Save you some heartache in the long run. Maybe in the early part you're gonna have some heartache or disappointments, but in the long run you're gonna be sitting on tall cotton, as they used to say. Man, you're gonna be good.
That's right.
And you're gonna have a bunch of them. You're still gonna have the ones that don't work out. That's just a given. But you're gonna have more than a few that are, man, these are some nice dogs. Be proud of them. They reflect what kind of breeder back in the day, what kind of competitor you were. This dude brings out some solid dogs every time. Win, lose, draw, whatever it is. You got some good dogs. And then people come look you up. You don't even have to hardly advertise.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me see who's in the building. Stay blessed in the building. Snowman. Alex Grady in the building. Salute. Yeah, these subjects, man, people spend that bread. Hey, so do you guys believe in, let's say it's an expensive ass dog that you're buying? Do you believe in a dog being purchased or just grabbing a dog just strictly for brood? Not a dog, a puppy. Not a dog, a puppy. Is that like, can we be off limit? Hey, I spent a lot of money. I spent, 2 racks or 2,500, like he said, Can I just say
there's that exception
or what?
Yeah, there's that exception. When you're starting out, you might be able to have to do that almost, I'm not, I was never that way, but I understand people's thinking. They have that investment. But again, you're going to have investment no matter what.
My thing is that you got to, whatever you bring is going to be based on you anyway. You know what I'm saying? So if you got this ass backwards jump shot that keeps going in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like who's gonna say anything? Like,
well, I mean, I don't criticize people for what they do, and if they're successful at it, I have less of no criticism. Yeah. Who am I to say?
See, I think we micromanage
that's their dog.
I think we micromanage a lot more now with the, with everybody being able to kind of guess what people are doing a little easier, with all the technology. Even though that went on,
and people put it out there, they show their hand, that's for sure, or at least they sound like they do. But for me, a brood dog is every dog that I'm going to use. It doesn't, to me, it didn't matter if it was inbred, outcrossed, line bred, loose, whatever. That's the potential I saw in the dog. If it didn't work out, I wouldn't use it. If it did, it didn't matter if it was an outcross dog.
That's what I was always taught. I mean, I'm not a breeder, but I was always taught your brood dog is the dog you use. You know, I mean, anything can happen with these dogs, but I don't know exact science to this, man. I just don't. You know,
No, I think a brood dog is it's definitely like an honorable discharge. Like,
there you go.
I don't never think that's like a dog that's not performed or, you know, doesn't have the capabilities all the time, where people kind of put that on there. Like, okay, this dog is a brood dog because it's crap. You know, it could be a brood dog. It lost all its teeth. That's all it's good for now. You know,
I
you
had
can't.
one. Bought her that too.
Well, in the past, that's what a brood dog was. If they said he's bred for breeding, there was something wrong with it. So it was a heavily inbred dog that had no ability or no whatever, or it was a you know, it's bred a certain way, so I'm gonna keep it for brood. Like, that's totally changed. It don't mean that no more. But see, we can't say all this stuff without having some facts to back it up, or some examples at least, to show this is why we think the way we do. So when I say it didn't matter to me if it was inbred, outcross, or line bred, there's examples of all three being producers. And I said it before, Buck, I'll say it again here. If you look at the ROM list, most of the dogs on there were competition dogs, and they ain't inbred dogs. Just name a bloodline named after a dog, whether it's Boomerang, Zebo, Boleo, Mayday, Macho Buck, whatever it is, they're competition dogs. And most of them ain't inbred. And that's not to say an inbred dog can't produce. They do. That's a fact too. But throughout the history of the breed, whether it's Blackjack Jr. or Fly a Panama and all them old dogs back in the day, Colby Pincher and all that, they ain't inbred dogs. Very few of them. Because the soul of the pit bull back in the day was competition. And that's what people looked at. And if that dog is a competition dog and came from competition dog, there's a good chance he could throw you competition dog. So if you look at it that way with any trait in the dog, that's what you should get. And if you don't get it, don't use it. But it's not like hit and miss, man. It's not where a dog has to be bred a certain way. And at the same time, you got a bunch of scatterbred dogs with no genealogy and no form in their breeding pattern or none of that. That ain't gonna work either. You know, so it's just the whole breed was based on competition. That's my point. That's where it comes from. And in today's world, competition, yeah, get out there and do something with them. Run them treadmill races, and hog hunt with them, hunt coyotes. Maybe you don't have that opportunity, but you can have a weight pool dog or wall climb dog or something, because that part of that physicality is what makes the dog it is. That's what gives it the bone structure and the muscle and the hard tendons and the health and the thick skin and good teeth and all that. You take any of that away from the dog, you don't have a pit bull no more. Even if it might look like a pit bull, it can't do shit. It's just a couch potato now.
Yeah. No, I definitely, would like the dog to be old enough to at least assess some of its physical and mental capabilities before I breed it. But I could see, okay, let's say I did buy a pup for that. I could see it still not being deemed for breeding because maybe it's not the right, it just didn't come out right. He didn't have the right build. He didn't have the right attitude, So, I mean, pretty much when you breed that, you're going to get the same. I mean, not the same. You probably get something different. You might even get something better, but you might get that same shit. And you gotta realize.
No, you're right. Your first statement was right. pretty much, you know, as a general statement, yeah, you're going to get the
Right.
same.
Right.
You're going to get the same. If you have exceptions, that's all they are, is exceptions.
Right.
If it's a major fault, don't breed them. If you consider it a major fault, if it's something that ain't that bad, you can get away with it and all that. No big deal. It doesn't really affect the physicality or the structure or the athleticism. That's okay, because when you breed, you generally get the average of the breed, or the average of your particular bloodline, or the average of your family of dogs. For example, Big Red, everybody knows who he is. He was a 54-pound dog. I bred him different size bitches. One was a 50-pound bitch. For me, he never threw a dog over 45 pounds. Why? Because that's the average of his lineage, male and female. So other people bred him. They got some big dogs, but for the most part, he didn't throw a big dog, even though he was a big dog. And Red Boy was a big dog too. But again, the averages with my stuff was not big dogs. So to what you're speaking of, yeah, you get the same thing.
My hat's off to the breeders. That's a fact.
Yeah.
No, I like to.
To the breeders,
sometimes I get out my Picasso kind of like, you know, with breeding, just kind of just thinking and just researching and just putting stuff together. You know, there's definitely different styles that people use to be able to put stuff together. One of my partners talked to Carl Cruz before he passed, and asked him what the recipe. I'm gonna get him on here one day, but you know he'll be able to tell it. But he asked him what was the recipe to kind of make good dogs. It was a very unique breeding strategy. But one thing that he said is that his wife kept track of, you know, the 50-50s and the 75-25s and the quarter outs and the, you know what I'm saying? She kind of kept track of that. And one thing that stuck in my mind when I was listening to that was like, damn, okay, so I mean, no shot, you know, but just even with technology, even with military, whatever, you know, we stronger and smarter today, you know, with shit, because like something that you let a whole nother person keep track of, it just kind of comes natural to me. Like before you can throw it up in the air before it hits the ground, I can tell you what percentage it is. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So that's like weird shit. And I'll get into my bag, you know, with breedings and shit, and just it's a different mode. You know, like when you're playing darts or pool, you know, when you hit like 5-6 shots in a row, like you can't explain it, but you're dialed in, you know, and you're the same pool player an hour before that, but during that night, during those 2 hours you were there was a 15-20 minute period where you were just like on fucking fire, you know. And that's the mode I like to get in. And you ain't always in that, but you know, you could look back and be like, yeah, you know, I was in my fucking bag. Because you really, it's a lot of data that well, me personally, if you would use my style of breeding and, you know, if you were standing next to me doing this shit, it takes a whole lot of data. You got to remember a whole lot of shit.
That's right.
You got to remember how them pups came out and what they looked like and who got them and what this and the bitch, and you know, her mama, daddy, this, that. Like it's a whole lot of data that goes into it if you're doing multiple litters, you know, in and out, you know, on a consistent basis. I don't like we talk about weed and shit. You know, you're not a weed man if you just got weed for 2 weeks out of a year.
Right.
You feel? Yeah, you probably sold some weed, but you're not like the weed man. Like you don't sell weed. Like you had some weed and you had a lot of weed, but it was just 2 weeks. So if you just do a breeding or two, I wouldn't expect you to fall under, you know, any class that, you know, you wouldn't feel comfortable in. But, you know, when you're doing some breeding and shit, you know, intentionally, you know, there's a method to that madness.
Right.
And knowing what you want and don't want, you know, just like, you know, being picky, you know. I like to I used to call my yard like a small boutique, you know, versus a Walmart type of deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Walmart's cool. You know, they probably gonna make more money. You know,
Right.
but they you know, I just don't want to have. You know, I want to have a couple trinkets on that yard that, you know, I feel are different or special.
Mm-hmm. Selective breeding.
Well, what you mentioned about Carl Cruz and his wife and all that's, you know, on a smaller scale, that's what I did. Meaning I kept records of everything that I could think of.
Right.
Every litter, every dog. And because they did that, they knew the ins and outs of whatever their method was. That's how you can have the success like they did or someone else did. Because all that information means something. And you ain't gonna remember it. Believe me, you ain't gonna remember it. One of the reasons I got such a clear memory now is because I go back and refer back to my notes, and that keeps it fresh in my mind. So a lot of stuff is just in my head, and I can repeat it because I've done it over 40 years. But I do research, and I go back. Sometimes I write notes, and that's the importance of keeping all them records on your dogs. And again, all of them ain't gonna work out, so it seems like maybe you wasted time, but it's not. You can use that information for all kinds of stuff. It may be, and this is not true, but I'm just using this metaphorically. It could be, let's say, you keep track of your dogs. All the ones under 35 pounds didn't work out. All the ones over 35 pounds did. 35 pounds did. Now that's ridiculous, but that's what I'm saying. Certain records can help you with something like that. It could be something else. It could be a certain structure. The dogs have to be this way, and they have this type of athleticism. And this pup weighed this much when he was 6 weeks old and 6 months old and 8 months old, like that. When you do just weighing your dogs like that, after a while, you know what size your dogs are going to be when they're 8 weeks old. This one's going to be a 35 pounder. This one's going to be a 38. This one's going to be a 42, whatever it is. So maybe that information is insignificant, but the other stuff that you're taking, making records of can help you. It could be a certain something that causes a skin problem within your dogs, or small teeth, or big teeth. You can follow those patterns, and in the breeding, the 75-25 you were saying, and the 50-50s and all that, quarter this and that. If you do it long enough, you basically know what's going to work, and that's not impossible to do. You can tell by the breedings you make, the methods you use, where the dogs are placed in your pedigree, which ones you're going to have more success with. Could be half brother, half sister, could be quarter half, could be 75-25, whatever it is, 66-33. And that'll help you in the future making your decision on how you're going to breed your dogs. So I even used to write down how the roll went, and what he did, and what bad things I didn't like, or what signs they made, or this or that, just to have record of that particular dog. If I saw something negative later on, and I could go back to my notes and say, he did that when he was younger, so now it's showing full force as as an adult. It'll help you. That's why people keep stats, all these games, all these whatever medical shit, whatever, they keep records of all that so they can use it as a reference, and maybe it'll help you find a problem.
That's right. Just like a roadmap.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's a lot of work, but like I said, if you like doing it, do it. It don't hurt. It will help you. You know.
that's right. Yeah, I see y'all talking about, you know, I don't know, man. I'm not big on a dog that's got 6, 7, 8 different names or kennels in a pedigree. You know that I ain't looking for that.
Well, there you go. That's a standard.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, don't follow it. Believe me,
Ooh, yeah, that's
you're
too much.
better off. You're better off.
Yeah,
There's a reason you feel that way too. It ain't just
absolutely.
whatever.
Yeah.
Some of them old dogs, like Boomerang or Zebo or Lear or whatever. There's a reason that they were able to do what they did in competition and were able to produce. There's certain patterns to their pedigree. That's where pedigree is important. The dog worked out. Well, why does it work?
Right.
Familiarize yourself with Boomerang's record, his history, his production, and his pedigree, and it'll tell you exactly why. And even the way he looks how he's bred,
Yeah,
whether he's Pistol or Ironhead or Zeke or whatever everybody, it don't matter. It's the same family of dogs.
that's right. The consistency means something. When I look at a
Yeah.
dog, I want it to look like how it's supposed to be bred.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, them dogs.
I mean, even your little pup, Buck, he looks like that stuff, right? The one you've been showing.
Oh yeah,
I don't know
sexy
if it's
red
yours.
dog.
There you go, that one. I mean,
Yeah.
it don't surprise me the way he look. I don't look at him and go,
Oh, yeah.
well, he don't look like
You
he's
ain't gonna
supposed to, or
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Nah, that's
The
formula.
consistency is there.
Yeah, that's the formula right there. If you got it bred like that and you stay close to that, it should look like that. It
Exactly.
shouldn't change. Although we can pull the Mayday phenotype out. We got the red ones. They take after that lady doll and everything. So
Did you get
come out
like
red.
buckskin ones out of that? Have you got buckskin dogs after that out of that?
Oh yeah.
Or are they all red? Okay.
See,
Are they built that way?
people got two different buckskins. You got that real blonde color,
Right.
and then you got that like Mayday. I think we need to have a conversation about that because they're getting these buckskin. When you say buckskin, half the people I talk to are talking about the blonde dogs.
The raven looking one, like how raven color. Raven.
Um, which one's that?
That's the one the other one you post up.
Oh,
Raven.
like Raiden, exactly.
Yeah, that little
That
motherfucker raw right there. That shit raw right there.
that son of a bitch right there. Yes, exactly him. And then sexy red would be red nose. And then Mayday's color, they call that buckskin also. Like they call this buckskin. You feel me?
Yeah, to me it's red.
Okay, so you're going with red black mass then.
Yeah, but I'm colorblind, so I see colors different. So
Okay.
maybe it is buckskin. With the Jeep dogs, we had, just like you said, we had a blonde buckskin, and then something we would call dirty buckskin, so darker. You see darker hair in there, kind of like not as dark as that black ring around their tail, like a lot of the Carver dogs have.
Right.
Lighter than that. It's buckskin, but it's not blonde. It's darker. So they could come out either way. Some will have a black mass, some have a widow's peak, but it's basically all buckskin. Just the widow's peak is darker, and you could get that with the red. It's a red dog with the widow's peak, and the widow's peak is darker red.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, definitely.
Vernon, you're
And you
right.
know the Mayday stuff is a type of dog. There's a lot of them, not all of them, but there's a lot of them that look like him or built like him, regardless of what size they are. Some are smaller, some are that big too, some are medium, but they have that build. I refereed a bunch of them in Mexico. Not a bunch of them, but one guy brought 8 of them on the same show. I refereed 5 of them, but all 8 of them, they all looked the same, and they were down for Mayday stuff, and they were built like that, legs
Oh,
like
this
that,
bitch is
that kind of
buckskin.
head, the floppy ears, like that. You have some differences because there's other dogs in there, but you'll still have that consistency. You'll still get some that, even my stuff, 38 years been around. There's some dogs that come out that look like my stuff in the back. Some look different. They might take more heavily on the Eli side, depending on how they're bred. But you still get that look of those dogs from 38 years ago. The build, the even the traits, the intensity, the athleticism, the high spirited. And unfortunately, some can be destructive too. That's something that I never could get rid of it. I could lessen it, but totally get rid of it, I never could.
Yeah.
Vernon, you're right. With what you said, man. That's one of the reasons why I went there. I mean, the way he explains it, he ain't got but trust with 2 people, him and Jerry Clemens, when it comes to his pedigrees. So that was pretty profound right there, I thought. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I went there and got a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes Clemens don't get the credit he deserves. He produced a lot of good dogs.
Oh man. I was looking at some of Bob's old pairs, man. He bred to Clemens. Yeah.
In fact, he's the one who actually made the breeding that produced Bully Son and Eli Jr. and Brandy and Dupe.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Spook was his bitch. It says Boudreaux. It was Boudreaux's dog. It's Boudreaux's breeding. There's no doubt that. But the one who actually made the breeding was him.
It was him. Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, fellas, I'm just waiting for the tie to end now.
Oh, you good, man. Good, man. That's good.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
somebody
hope he
said,
ain't like. I hope he ain't like me. You might be there an hour or so.
Hey, man.
That's because I'm old, not because I'm good.
That's him too. He old too.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
He's an old pro then. He knows what he's doing.
I was looking for a comment. Somebody said they wouldn't breed no scatterbred dog. Listen, or the scatterbred dogs ain't producing or whatever. A lot of good crosses came from some pretty scatterbred ass shit, but it's just getting a lot of respect because they kind of refine the blood. And I mean, after a while, yeah, it's scatterbred, but after a while, when you breeding it enough times together and line breeding off of it, I mean, it kind of reinvents itself as its own line, kind of. Like I said, you could get 10. I mean, you can get 6, 7 generations. Technically, you can probably get 7 generations in fucking 10 years with these dogs. 6. You can get 6 generations in 10 years. So the evolution of the dogs is a lot faster than humans, or what I'm saying. It would take probably 100 years to get 3 generations of humans, 4 generations or something, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Rather than 10 years, you could get like 6 generations of dogs. So they're gonna change a hell of a lot faster than you think.
Yeah, it just with scatter breeding, even if it's good dogs, the gene pool is so wide. So you could get something from almost anywhere because there's no consistency. But the way you turn that into consistency is kind of like you said, you tighten up on it. So you taking the traits of that particular scatterbred dog. If he throws them, that particular dog, not necessarily what's behind him. And then you focus on that, tighten up on that, and hopefully you can keep repeating the same traits. So I see your point, and I always say this too: if you don't like scatterbred dog, don't breed them. You don't like a dog that has a crooked tail, don't breed it. or he got maybe you don't like bad-eared dog, don't breed them. Because you make the kind of dogs you want. If that's your preference, that's your preference. There's some bloodline I don't like the way them dogs look. They ugly as hell, man. But
so what's a scatterbred dog then? Let's go down that rabbit hole.
Okay. Anything
What LT trait? Scatterbred dog.
In my opinion,
Come on, Mike Dan.
In my opinion, scatterbred is more than 4 different bloodlines.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Because
which means you're covering. You have the grandparents are 4 different bloodlines. So the end result, the pup from those 4, pup from those grandparents.
Oh, God, got you. So
it comes from
second generation. If it's 4 different bloodlines, you're scatterbred,
right? But it has to be. It has to be 4 different.
Right.
If they similar, it's not scatterbred. If there's commonality back there, it's not scatterbred. Because you can have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 way outcrosses if there's commonality behind them. Say you take a Tombstone Red Baby to a Red Boy Jocko. The commonality is Daibo through Jocko and Tombstone. So that's not necessarily a scatterbred dog.
What about loose line breeding?
Yeah. Yep. Loose line breeding would be, let's say you have a stud dog and he is the top side is half brother, half sister off that male. The bottom side, that same male would be the grandfather or great grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
All the other stuff in there might not be related, but he's the common factor in that breeding. And you see Carver doing that a lot. You'll see it with he got Black Widow in there a lot, whether it's the Bolio stuff or he got Spike Black Widow, Daibo Black Widow, Kern's Lucky Black Widow, Zeke Black Widow. The commonality is Black Widow. And she's back there in all these dogs, but it's not real tight. Because there's the males she was bred to are all different, except for Spike and Daibo, they're father and son. But Zeke is not related to those males. Kern's Lucky is not related to those males. So where you might see Cracker in there, you might see Ironhead in there, you might see Bolio or Zeke in there or something like that. That's kind of the loose line breeding way of doing things. If you believe what he wrote, that's what he preferred. He tried inbreeding Daibo dog. He said it didn't work.
What he did in 10 years' time was just phenomenal to me.
Yeah. He just had that knack. Some people do. He knew what he was doing. Because if you take all that, well, this ain't really bred that way, that ain't really bred that way, and you listen to what he said, that didn't matter because those dogs, all the dogs he used are related in some way. And that's why I said, whether it's Pistol or Ironhead or Cracker, whatever dog it is, they all related.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be Pistol Junior, whatever it is. It could be Ironhead here. It could be Cracker there. He moved them around, whatever. They all related. So if he could do that, anybody could do that. That's why I never was with that. Maybe in the beginning where you say, you got the cake, but not the recipe. I don't care about no recipe. I really don't. If you know how to breed, doesn't matter. because the peds are all fucked up anyway. They're all wrong according to everybody. They all lies and they all different, this and that. Name a dog, just about any dog, and somebody will tell you it ain't bred that way.
Well, I always say if you wasn't there, you don't know.
That's right, and you don't. So in that respect, who cares? If you know how to breed dogs and you're following traits, then it doesn't matter.
Right.
But if you keep track of your own shit and you're honest, then you know how your dogs are bred. Can't nobody tell you different.
What could you tell us about Maloney?
Yeah, he was one of those proteges of Tudor. Some of the famous ones, the Tudor proteges were proteges of Tudor were Jimmy Wimberly, Danny Burton, Don Mayfield, Don Maloney, Jim Usselton, guys like that. Okay. Heavy, not heavy, but basically Daibo dogs. And that's what Maloney dogs are. And the way they got their crosses in there is through the Tombstone Red Baby stuff.
Right.
Or sometimes they throw some Eli in there, or they throw some of that old Carver stuff, the Ed Crenshaw stuff. Or they did the same thing in Mexico. Took the Stu Fowler Red Baby, or Stu Fowler Red Lady, cross it with the Fontenot's Booger, which is more Daibo, and then throw the Eli in there, different Eli shit.
Right. Another one that it just does it to me, because I'm just doing research and shit. If I wasn't interested, I would never know this shit. But Bert Klaus, is he?
Yeah.
I mean, I see him in a back of a lot of dogs. A lot of these, like when we say Bolio Tombstone, when we say this stuff,
right?
We never say Klaus,
right?
And his dogs to me are in there more than that damn Tombstone. A lot of dogs.
Yeah, well, he kind of, he was a top dog man. He matched several dogs, had a lot of them, and he had his own family of dogs. But again, they were made up of different bloodlines. But predominantly, if you want to say one bloodline, they were, old family red nose.
Right.
And what they were used for, rather than and some people did have straight Klaus stuff, but the crosses they were used with, again, it worked with almost anything. And it could be because old family red nose is in almost anything anyway. So it just clicked with a lot of different stuff. That's what Red Baby is. She Bolio Klaus stuff. That's what the Kinzenboss stuff was, and a lot of different people used it, but as a cross. And there's probably somebody that kept it straight for a while. He was a great referee, big old booming voice. He had an amputated leg. He was about 10 feet tall, big old man.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Schoolboy. How you go about introducing the cross into your line?
Well, I spoke on that before. Some people are the mind, like you go three generations, then put a cross. You can do it almost any which way, but the way I did it was, if I saw something I liked and it was a cross different from my stuff, I just added it. I didn't wait till I lost something or till I needed to add something per se. And I did that too, but not across the board. That's why I kept Eli in my stuff, was for the mouth, basically. They'll give you other stuff too. They give you strength, and there's game ones too and all that. But if I wanted to add more mouth, or if I thought it could help me, I'd go to some Eli blood. The same could be said for Jocko. That was the main attribute that they had. That's why the Jocko Red Boy, when it clicked, because you got what's known as very game dogs with very hard mouth dogs. You put it together, you get the complete package. Now you got a bunch of game hard mouth dogs.
Right.
But I wasn't that. I didn't have a pattern to my outcrossing in that respect. I just something that I thought would go with mine. If I liked it, I had something I saw, and if it was a male, I definitely had to see him competed. I had to see him. That way, I would know firsthand with my own two eyes what I was looking at, what I expected from that male.
Right.
And I generally, regardless of how I'm breeding, I had more success if I bred to dogs that had similar traits to mine.
Right.
So if my dog, like a couple of their traits I tried to keep in there was speed and power. So if I'm gonna outcross to a dog, it's got to have speed and power. If it's slow and dumb like that, I ain't gonna breed to. And not just to outcross, even within my own dogs. If they scratch slow, I'm not gonna breed them. I don't care what. If they slow and don't have fast twitch movement and speed, the way they maneuver, I'm not. And if they don't have strength, I'm not gonna breed them.
That's what's up. Just was curious.
Yeah.
I heard
But the other method, the way people do it, that works too. You could go three times your own stuff and then throw a cross in there and like that.
Well, this is what I'm doing. I got my stuff real tight, so I'm doing 3 different variations of the same cross. So I got 2 females and a male from the cross I liked. Very good dogs. And then so I bred a male into the females, into the 2 females, and then a female into the 2 males, or the male into the 2 females, and get 3 different variations of it to see what it turns out to. Them dogs done got me tired, man.
Yeah. And the main thing is, you're testing it or whatever. If you've never done it before, you're testing. That's what you have to do. You got to make the breeding and see the outcome. Keep track of them, as many of them as you can. And then you follow the ones that prove that they're the best individuals, and the ones also prove that they can produce the traits that you like. You'll have more success using that method if you follow the dogs that have the traits you like. They come from the most successful litters. Meaning, rather than having just one dog turn out, even if he's a badass dog, where you have a bunch of them that are above average, and then you have 1 or 2 that are top dogs, and you only have maybe 1 or 2 that don't work out. You're better with that higher percentage litter, or breeding goes, than just the one freak of nature.
Right.
For sure, I agree.
Yeah.
With the transform of genetics, I would totally agree. Like, you'll have a better shot aiming for that than maybe you got a good one out of a litter that just one of them was good. If you got let's say a litter of 6, you got 5 good ones, your genetic material is probably going to be right there somewhere. Yeah
because they all have similar traits, and they're all above board dogs. So it's showing you, just in that example, that these dogs have the capability of not only retaining the traits you want, but they're able to pass them on.
Right.
Because the parents pass them on to them.
That's what's up.
And if you do that generation after generation, you'll start having more dogs that work out, and then only some that don't, rather than the other way around. Even some of the great producers in history, generally, not all of them, but generally, they come from good litters. Or it's not just one dog. Honey Bunch is the exception, but I don't know if she had any litter mates or not. Red Boy may be another exception. I don't know if he had litter mates or not. But most of them, whether it's Jeep or Mayday or Jocko even, or Boomerang, they all had litter mates that were winners or champions or grand champions. Arch Litter, same thing. Champion Hurt, Double Lot, Patty, 3-time winner, like that. It's just a reflection of the ability for their ancestors to produce. So those dogs themselves were able to produce, and you just keep going forward with it like that.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Wartown, what up, brother?
How you doing, brother? How everybody doing, man?
What's
Good.
What's
going on,
Salute.
happening?
Wartown?
Yeah, what up, though? Chilling, man. Just listening to
Man,
y'all.
we just reminiscing, chopping up these dogs. Some of these old crosses and stuff.
Yeah, I
What's
like
your what's your best cross that you coming with?
my, my best cross.
If
I
you
don't
had
know.
to put together a gumbo, what would you put in the pot?
Well, I just did a cross that I really like. Well, my son did it, man, and I wasn't really paying attention to it, and I'm really liking these dogs, man. I had Eli, well, Mexicans type Eli over some Gardner, and then my son put a Red Boy Jocko to it, man. With
Oh
like
wow,
really Red Boy Jocko, and I'm really loving those dogs, man. I slept on
yeah.
them. Really awesome dogs, man.
Nice.
Yeah, even the Mexicans started using the whether you call it Red Boy Jocko or Mayday or Tombstone Buck, whatever, all that same stuff up here, they started incorporating it with their dogs down south too. Just like we talk about Mexican Eli, and it's good stuff. It is. I've seen a bunch of it, and there's some of it in my stuff in the past, but they recognize the qualities of that stuff, so they start. I don't know when they started incorporating, but they got it down there too. And even farther south, there's a lot of Invicto and Big John stuff in South America. They like that stuff down there.
Oh, they still holding on to some of that stuff.
Yeah, I forgot what country is that has it mostly. It ain't Peru. It might be Costa Rica or the DR, Dominican Republic. I forget, but it's down there.
DCA
And
got
I
it
just
from
know that
Peru.
from asking people. I just asked, like what are they using down there?
Right now,
And
I'm
then
trying
you have
to.
it.
I would like to breed. I
You have,
got a Jeep Red Boy dog. Actually, I have Big Red's grandson. I was grandson of Big Red. I want to cross him into my Mayday stuff and see how it works.
yeah. Well, even my stuff. I mentioned my buddy got all my stuff. He added a skull Red Boy Jocko cross to his. That was one of his main stud dogs for years back in the day.
How did it turn out?
Good dog. The dog himself was a bad son of a bitch, man. He's a best in show winner. He threw several dogs, couple of champions. But it's just that I don't know how early they started the Eli Red Boy Jocko cross, but he was one of them. Dog named Clarence. He was right off a skull, and the mama was a Red Boy Jocko female. And it clicked. And you almost can't go wrong with it, especially when you have that, whether it's Mexican Eli or Eli. Because again, you're just repeating the patterns that were done before. Any Eli, heavy Eli is heavy Dibo,
That's kind of like what
basically,
I'm
or at
doing.
least, yeah,
Type
that's my point.
tab stuff to my McCollum stuff. And, but I've
Yeah,
been following these tab dogs for a minute, and I think it's gonna click. We shall see.
yeah, yeah. McCullum don't get talked about either. That dude he was tops, man. I missed the opportunity to visit with him. It was right before he passed away, and he was too sick to come out to the show. It was a confirmation show in Texas that I was judging at, and he
So
really wanted to come out, but he just too sick to do it. And then not too long after that, he passed away. But he had a lot of good dogs, a ton of them. Real active, real competitive, good people.
Yeah, I saw Vernon mention the Blankenship dogs. They had some good dogs back in the day, man. Without question.
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
nice.
You don't hear that name a lot either, but
No.
that's a name back then too. Yeah,
yeah, that was to that. Those old dogs was tough, man. I know personally. Back in the days, man, I stood across a couple of those dogs, man. really, they close your mouth. They close their mouth, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
They know how to close their mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing new. People been chasing mouth, and if you think that back in the day all they cared about is game, that ain't true. The record don't show that. Them blackjack dogs we talk about, the Diable dog, Blackjack Junior, and the Zebo, whatever it is, Mexican Eli and all that, they chasing that mouth. It's important to them. And I did the same thing. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I love gameness all day long, but you need a lot more than that to win.
That's right.
And if you want to get it quick, go get some Eli stuff. Don't matter what it is, as long as it's good, and the person you getting from was good, you're gonna get something. Believe me.
Yeah. So a few months ago, we did a Mount Rushmore, a Mayday. I'm glad we got Wartown in here because I know he bumped shoulders with a few of those dogs. Probably a dozen of them. Different Mayday dogs and stuff. So you kind of know them. We made this list based on basically the popularity, like what you see more in the pedigrees, not mostly based on performance, right? But who knows? Shit, we could probably do a performance one or this one. But this was the Mount Rushmore for Mayday that we came up with, and you let me know who should stay on there and who should get replaced by who. Just give me your opinion. Ain't no right or wrong answer. Also, Mike Dan, you wasn't here either, and Melee, you wasn't here also, so you guys could definitely chime in.
I was here,
here.
but
I wasn't on, but I was here.
I was here, but I'm gonna be honest. When I was on an extensive vacation, when them dogs were around, I didn't
He was at
have a
art
chance
school.
to see them. Yeah, see them dogs. And I hear a lot of talk about them nowadays, but I think that's because it was a newer thing. What, the late 90s or something? Mid 90s maybe?
Yeah, late 90s, early 2000s,
early 2000s,
or even up to the mid 2000, 2005, like that.
Yeah, I was unfortunately on an extensive vacation, so
yeah,
I missed a lot of that.
Yeah.
This
is based on performance and on production, I guess, huh?
No, I mean you could do both. You could do both, but this is basically off of just who we see, who making the most impact in the pedigrees. Like if you add up all the good dogs, if Barracuda's in there, you got to give him a point. If Luke Kane's in there, give him a point. Just based on everything that we got available today, I think of course, Macha got on there through Macho Buck, right? You know what I'm saying? Clyde got on there through Karada and some of the other dogs he was able to
Clyde
produce.
was I'm surprised I have Clyde up there. He threw some really good dogs, man, but it wasn't that blood wasn't around that much. His bottom side, I believe it was hot stuff. It's on his bottom side,
right? Exactly.
That was some good stuff, man. I seen dogs down off them dogs. It was like a hidden gem or something. He was a good producer, but I think Luke Kane. I think Hunt should be up there before I'll put any of those dogs up there. Clyde or Macha. I don't know,
but not with production though.
What
can't
Clyde produce a champion or champions?
Well, he is the grandfather of Karada.
I might be biased here, but you know what I was going to say too? Haunches got 4 champions, so he should really supposed to be a ROM.
But did that old Cyrus dog, where he come from Clyde?
Yep, well, off of Karada. So Clyde would be a great grandfather to Osiris.
Yeah.
And that litter right there produced 3
that was a good litter.
A grand champion and 2 champs. It's just hard not to put them up there, and the popularity contest too, though. Like you gotta macho buck. I mean, there's probably more macho buck dogs.
Yeah.
If anybody had to go to war with Frisco, shit, you better bring macho buck's ass, because you're gonna need you a fucking army. You feel me?
This is a nice list, though.
But my favorite, let's say I had to go get a breeding off of one of these or grab something. My favorite probably ain't even on here though. As far as the ones I would pick. You can't deny what Luke Kane's been able to do, and he had the chance to do it. Barracuda is then damn near. I mean, you take Macho Bear, Barracuda's in the back of his ass. And you can't say that he don't come with a big ass army.
Yeah.
Macho Bear comes with a huge army.
Macho Bear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as, I mean, you could say it's peddling or whatever. We could go down those rabbit holes, but just
but there has to be something to back it up. Everybody a peddler, or everybody sell dog. I wouldn't necessarily call them a peddler, but somebody will. And I have, for example, yearbooks. This is just Sporting Dog Journal, so it's not a reflection on any other magazine or anybody else's opinion. But I have Sporting Dog Journal from 2002 to 2005, and these dogs they're filled with other stuff too. But there's enough of them where every couple of 3 pages you turn the page and it's dogs bred like this. And I think the evolution for the Mayday stuff was when they added buck to it. And then you have another several years of those dogs competing and winning. I mean, there's at least one of them was Dog of the Year. I don't know if it's one of these, but it's that stuff. And then you have champion here, champion there, grand champion here, grand champion there.
Well, it was like what y'all was talking about this evening. Every bloodline has had its zenith in time, right?
There you go.
Every one of them, man. Every one of them. And if you go back, I remember everybody wants some Eli Blood. I remember, I remember when Banjo and BB Red was out there. Everybody wanted that. There was certain dogs, man, and it was just that time, and I guess they were so up close and prevalent at the time. You know what I mean?
That's what it is. You're exactly right.
Yeah, so every line has had its zenith, man. There's no question in that. No question. So these dogs, when you're talking about in the late 90s, early 2000s, stuff like that, and that's what they're going to impact people's mindsets because of the timing. I remember when the Jeep Red Boy thing popped off, right? I mean, it popped off.
Yes, sir.
I always kind of stayed.
What year was that? What year was that about?
That's from late 80s up until the late 90s, as far as Jeep himself being alive. And then you have, like he said, the Jeep Red Boy cross, one of the best crosses ever. You have Jeep Rascal.
Red Boy Rascal, yep.
Jeep Boomerang, Jeep Boleo, like that. So it went for a long time. And then right during that same period, that's when the Red Boy stuff, and then Red Boy Jocko, Chance Yellow and Grand Champion Rodney and Mayday, and Mayday has different stuff in them, but it's related to the stuff that was previously used too, with the Tombstone, Red Baby, even going way back. He's got the Boleo Corvino Eli cross back there too. So yeah, that was a point I was making earlier in the show earlier today, that you have several years where that dog and his immediate offspring are doing their thing.
That's right.
And then whoever decided to keep it going along them lines. They did. It just branches out like that. So what would be next? I don't even know, man. What's the next? I'll use your word. What's the next zenith? You know, it could be that Eli Zebo Mayday Buck stuff in Mexico. I don't know. It could be the Croata, whatever they do, Big John Invicto or whatever. Who knows, man?
I got a little taste of that Billy stuff. I got a quarter of it in one of my dogs. It ain't. I like
There
it.
you go. He's good people, man. That guy, he's solid dude, man.
Yeah, I got a quarter of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Zanetti.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's wrote several books too. In fact, when I write a book and he writes a book or he has previous book, we just trade books.
Mm-hmm.
When I got a new book coming out, he said, "Hey, send me your book. I'll send you one of mine." And him same thing.
That's
I
like
got a
old,
new book. I'll send you.
that's like old Carver stuff he had, right?
Man, I couldn't even tell you, honestly.
Buck could answer that better than anybody, probably. Buck incorporated that Croata blood in his dogs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just trusted the guy I got the dog from. I didn't really. I've never really paid attention to much. I know he came over here and spent a lot of money over here. Bought some good dogs.
I mean, they go back a long ways. They had a lot of the same stuff we had out here, whether it was Fox, Boomerang's brother, and Champion Snubby. They had Woods also Negro, the Snooty stuff, old Eli stuff, going all over, not just Europe, but Eastern Europe and even Africa, South Africa, and then you have the stuff going to the Far East, you know, the Philippines and the Guam and even Singapore, Korea.
I see everybody making the Jeep dogs is everybody now. You see how everybody there's always be a wave now. Everybody running to get Jeep dogs again. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I hope they get some good ones because like I said, it depends on where you get them from.
That's right.
They just breeding.
Yeah. I would guess most of it. Well, just from what little I know, most of it coming from Tab and Chance Floyd, because I know Floyd was collected, so there's still some of that stuff out there. In fact, my buddy incorporated his stuff down in Mexico.
This is the thing they do, the frozen semen breeding, so they charge a lot for semen dogs, and then they breeding them so young that I don't know what's going on. I don't know how they determine what's the good ones and what's the bad ones. So
they're breaking the rules, man.
So I don't know how they're gonna be in the future.
That would be a situation, you know, where they have a lot invested, so they're just gonna breed it, you know. Because I'm sure, I'm sure it's expensive. But who knows how good it is?
Just the process of breeding it.
Exactly.
Expensive. It's like $3,000.
Yeah.
I had a buddy just did it. I mean,
yeah.
And he paid like $1,300 just to have the stuff shipped to him. You know?
Right.
So he had,
and then whatever vet bill and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, because he took her to have it surgically implanted right onto the eggs. You know.
Yeah, that's how you have to do it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's how I would do it if I was doing it. I wouldn't. You could learn how to do it. Do your own AI, just, you know, like putting the semen in the bitch, but there's a process you have to go through, man. You got to put it in. You have to thaw it out the right temperature. You got to use egg whites and shit to whatever they do with it. I read a little bit about it. So the most cost effective and chance of success would be to take it into a vet, have them do the process, and that's going to cost.
Right. And
I don't know what it is for you guys out here, but just to take a dog to the vet here is $300. It's like a human, like a visit.
Man, I try to avoid them at all costs.
Yeah, that before they touch you. Everything in California expensive, man. It's crazy. Don't even make no sense.
That vet is a hustle, man.
Y'all sell $20 Big Macs out there.
Hey, my I said this before. I don't know if I said it here. My grandson, he's handicapped, so his diet is limited. So he gets a 20-piece chicken nugget, large fry, a Coke, and then 2 side orders of large fries is $30 at McDonald's. Freaking McDonald's, dude.
Right. I saw it on the news.
Yeah. And then at Wendy's, what they do at Wendy's is they, like, let's say a single hamburger costs $3, right? Or $4, whatever it is. After 6 o'clock, it's $6.
What?
Yeah. Fucking crazy.
Silly.
They got evening tax, huh?
Evening tax. Yeah, like that. That's what it would be called, I guess. Yeah. Evening tax. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then like what's the national, like 8 cents on the dollar, the tax?
Yeah.
Yeah, in California it's 9. Your house, wherever you live, if it's a $500,000 house, which is that's a big old house, probably wherever everybody lives, right? That's going to be $2 million here.
Damn.
Yeah, it's expensive down there for sure.
Yeah, it is, man. How much is your gas where you guys at?
About $4.50.
Okay. Ours about $5.50.
Yeah, I'm in New York.
Yeah.
We still in the 3s. Woo.
Yeah. See?
We ain't seen no 3s in years.
Yeah, Buck said about 450. I thought he was about to say about 3 something. Yeah.
Hell no, not in Washington, not here. We high.
Yeah, and see right now that shit definitely like 340.
We're not California high, but we high.
Yeah, it's still high.
Damn, $15 from McDonald's? Jesus.
Oh, that's crazy.
$30.
We ain't
$30
like that around here.
No, it ain't. No. Same company, same food is cheaper everywhere else.
And they got the $5 deals coming back now. Shit, they caught a lot of hell for that, man. A lot of publicity behind that stuff.
Yeah. And then if they keep the price the same, they just make the unit smaller. So hamburger used to be this big, same price as half the size. They make the bun like that and the meat smaller.
That's right.
Burger King, it ain't no king no more. It's more like a jester, court jester. It's a duke. It ain't.
Buck, how the man coming along, man?
Good question.
Oh man, I got some nice shots, man. Real nice.
Yeah.
I got to convert the rest of it. You got to put it in that CMYK. It's 2 different color schemes. So basically, I got to switch everything, all the other stuff over. But I just went ahead in the CMYK instead of the GBR. So once I switch all those over, because I don't want to just drag them on there. I want to make them in that color scheme just in case it switches when I just slap it over there like that.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, man, I mean, even flipping through my old files that I already had, like, it's loaded. My motherfucker's loaded.
I'm looking forward to it. I wish much success for, and I ain't talking about just for you. I'm talking about the community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We all need something else to look at and read and, talk about. And, I mean, I'm looking at it from a selfish aspect. I want it to work out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, some positive stuff, man.
That's right. That's right.
Yep. Yeah, it's part of the history. Somebody got to do it.
definitely got to be in that mode. So you know, like I tell myself now, it's like, okay, let me get in magazine mode and let me clean my desk off. You got to get in that mode. It's easier. I mean, some people maybe could just do the shit, you know, nonstop, but
now
I
they
got to let
can't.
my
But
creative
believe me,
kind of flow, you know.
they can't. I tell you from experience, man, it ain't easy. You know, we talked about it before. It ain't. That's why some authors take them 10 years to write a book, bestseller, yeah, but it still took them 10 fucking years to write it.
Right.
And I'm talking about books like Frankenstein or Maltese Falcon or, you know, famous book, Godfather, like that. 2-3 years at least. There's a lot to it. And it's one thing to have thoughts in your head, but you got to put them down on, you know, on paper and make it come out right, sound right, look right. And even with all the new technology, everything got to be put together right. The font, the color, if you don't know what you're doing, and you're doing it as you go, it's going to take a little longer. So it ain't easy, man. It's not.
I
The
appreciate
second
y'all,
one would
Alex
probably be a lot
Graders.
easier for sure.
There's a lot of good brothers in these chats, man. That ain't all up in their feelings and all that. It's a lot of good people in here, man. Otherwise, I wouldn't keep coming back. It'd be some buffoonery every now and then. I'm old and tired, so I could sit here and look at it and laugh, you know, because I just ain't never seen so many people in their feelings, grown men. But it's good people in here, man. You know, and
I like seeing
you
the
can tell
same,
consistent.
you know, you see return, the same people coming back, and not just here, but they'll be on mine, they'll be on 7A, they'll be on NWA. It just, they loyal, and they love the breed or just dogs in general. So you see them all over the place. That's what I've been noticing.
NWA. I give him the hardest working man of the month this month. He been
people,
working
man.
hard.
Yeah. You see, I'll say this. I'll give a plug to somebody. I see Dickie Foster everywhere, man. That guy is loyal, and he's good people, man. Along with, I can't see the chat, but I'm sure I would recognize a lot of the names in there because, like I said, they loyal.
Well, it's like Vernon. I don't know him, but I could tell he's been around a while through his conversation.
Yeah, Vernon too.
It makes a lot of sense, man. You know, he brought up them Blankenship dogs. You know,
there you go.
You know who knows what, man. You can't hide behind it. That's for sure. You can't purpose it.
True.
I mean, every now
Even
and then,
even Mike Dan. I see Mike Dan too all over the place, man. He's good people too. Yeah, you're right.
You get a parrot or two here and there. You know, been listening to this stuff for a while or reading some books, and they can parrot some stuff, but it eventually comes through because you got to work with. You gonna show up sooner or later.
Just letting you know who love them bulldogs, man.
That's right. That's right.
This thing is like these dogs are a disease, man.
Oh my man, they get it. Oh man, what
the
we
sickness.
Do for these dogs, man.
It's a sickness, man.
I put more work into preparing my dog's meal than I do my own.
Shit, I take care of them better than I take care of myself, man.
Hey, man, that's almost standard. It's almost the law. That's the way it got to be.
I was going to say that earlier, that if your wife, your old lady, your girl, your significant other, if she ain't never hit you with, like, you love them dogs more than you love her, if she ain't never hit you with that shit, then you doing something wrong, man.
Yeah, you ain't doing it right.
She said you rub on that dog more than you rub on me.
Because I'm gonna be completely honest. When we was in New Jersey, I was trying to get down here bad as hell. Well, anywhere down south, really, for the dogs, and she ain't want to go nowhere because her family up there. And long story short, she was the one on it like that. Like, now you love them too much. Like, we gotta go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta go grab some dogs.
Oh yeah.
I remember my ex-wife. Her favorite line was, "I know already. That's a special breed, right? You got to That's another special breed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta keep these. This is special.
That's right. That's right.
All that.
He always tell me that, like, yo, you spend more time with them. Oh, they can't do for themselves though. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I got
right.
to take
They
care
can't
of them.
take care of it. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
See, I've been with mine since I was basically a kid. So
Oh, that's good.
she, when I first got into these dogs, she was kind of right there. She was right. She was right there. You know, so she ain't never really questioned me about them. You know, I think she already kind of knows what's up with them dogs. You know, when it comes to me. So she's cool though. She don't really get into them like that. She will, but you know, some people just got like they woman is like they kennel partner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's far from that. That's like my thing,
Yeah.
and then she has her thing. You know what I'm saying? She usually don't fuck with me when it comes to the dogs. But you know, she been around.
Yeah, you get all kinds. Mine is kind of like yours, Buck. She honestly, she caters to me when I do this shit. You know, she knows
Right.
this what I do, this what I love, and she kind of been that way all through our life. And you go through the whole thing. You have arguments, you have this and that, and you love me, you love the dog more than me, and all that shit, all that. What about the kids and all? You get past it, you deal with it, and she's the one that makes sure I got everything set. And
Oh,
she's
yeah.
not involved that way either. Like she's a mom. She got too much shit to do. But
Right,
when
right.
it comes to this, she knows it's important.
I mean, I would like
So
that. I mean, that but I guess it is.
yeah,
I mean, it's never a bad moment. Like if she just wants to come back there and hang out, or it's never a bad moment. It's not like I'm waiting on her to leave so I can get back in my element or something. But you know how it is. They got their own thing. I think she gives me that's my space or something.
yeah,
It's like my little
yeah,
office. Like right now, the
yeah,
house is full, but they don't fuck. I mean, the little guy, he'll come right in here,
yeah,
But everybody else kind of knows, leave dad alone. He's whatever,
yeah. You're doing your thing.
Right.
You supporting the family, and it's not unusual either. We were talking about Heinzel earlier. That's kind of how his wife was. You never really saw her, and more
Right.
so when he got older. She'd go to some stuff when they were younger. And Tudor's wife was really involved in the dogs, but Heinzel's wife wasn't. Jack Kelly's wife really wasn't. She helped him. She did what she did and all that, but she wasn't a dog woman per se. That's not unusual because like you said, that's our thing. We may need some help sometime. We got to do this and that, but they not. The only way my wife would get involved is because they're babies. She looks at them like babies, so they need taken care of when I'm at work or when I'm doing something or it's sick or whatever. So she's and it don't matter what kind of animal it is, she'll take care of it. But as far as being in there, partner, like you said, like no, she ain't. And a lot of them ain't that way. They let the guy do their thing and they support them, but that's it. They ain't involved that way.
School. I got a question for you. Historically speaking, what's the best father and son team you ever seen, or you know of?
Yeah, I'll name a couple because they both top notch. The Divines, Don Divine and David Divine,
Yeah.
and then Les and Rick Fowler.
Okay. Yeah.
Meaning
Warfare.
they were involved. Meaning the dad did his thing, the son right there with him, and then when the parent got older, the father got older, the son took over.
They had the Greaser
Meaning
dog, didn't they?
Yeah, they bought him for
Man,
not specifically for that show for Zeebo, but they're the ones who owned him when he went into Zeebo.
Yeah.
He was owned by Champion Greaser.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
He was originally owned by what's his name? Eubanks, David Eubanks. he won 4 with them, and then he sold them to the Fowlers, and it was actually going to be Greaser going into Hudson's Tex off of Bully Son and Arch Missy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tex got sick, and then David Adams took over with like 3 weeks to go. And then he beat Greaser. And he was kind of work a little bit, walking him and all that stuff, Zebo, because there was a big show, and this is all kind of related. There was a big show in Mexico that didn't come off. In that show, Zebo would have went into Boomerang. But that fell out. And since he was hand walking him, Hudson, who was friends with Adams, asked Adams if he would put Zebo in there. Zebo was actually 3.5 pounds light, and Greaser was a 4-time winner, and Zebo beat him in 1:57, almost 2 hours.
Listen, man, any dog that's staying with Zebo for 1:57 minutes is a hell of a dog.
Hell of a dog, and he didn't quit.
Dogs,
he didn't quit either.
But Zebo gave up weight though, so he wasn't punching like he usually probably punch.
Right.
But he did punch him. You know, at the end of the fight, the way it was described is he flipped Greaser on his back, and it looked like somebody hit him with a shotgun in his chest.
Damn.
Are we still on father and son teams?
Yeah.
All right.
And then the Divines, of course, they had Cassius Clay and Patty and Champion Bruce and a lot of good dogs. But that's what happened. The kid dedicated like that, and even Captain America and his son Gypsy.
Yeah, I know them personally. Yeah, I know them personally.
Yeah. If you look at a lot of the reports, you'll see the son conditioning and handling a dog. You'll say Gypsy, or they'll say David Divine, like that. Yeah. You got one, Buck?
It's going to be controversial.
Okay.
This one, it's going to be real controversial. But here we go.
I'm lost.
Oh man, I didn't expect that one, man.
What's happening? What's happening? Ain't no smoke today. What? What we got? What you want me to ring the bell now or what?
Respect the bell. Respect the bell.
Hey, who got something to say about this young man? Huh?
I'm cool.
Hey,
forgive my ignorance. I don't know who it is.
That's
better than JJ Redick.
That's Bronny.
That who?
Bronny, LeBron James' son.
Oh shit! Is it?
I don't know nothing about him. I just know him when I seen him.
And who wants to argue he's going to be a better player than JJ Redick?
Yeah, they drafted him today in the Lakers. Huh?
Hey, who's that wife he got? Is it Scottie Pippen's wife or something? Who is it?
I heard some
what?
stuff.
Yeah, he got somebody's ex, Scottie Pippen or somebody. I heard.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man.
That's funny.
Who you talking about, Mike? Dan?
I'm talking about Bronny.
Nah, that's Michael Jordan's son got.
Is it Michael Jordan's son? Okay.
Nah, I seen something that said she was loving Bronny too.
Man, he's going to jail,
I thought I
man.
saw something on
that
it,
boy
man.
young as hell, man.
For the whole
wouldn't she be like a cougar or something? Or?
Yeah, but
that boy young.
I ain't mad at either one of them. I had a cougar or two of my youngsters.
She more than a cougar. She a saber-toothed tiger.
I'm about to say she about to
Nothing wrong with that. Them old. I'll say this: them older ladies are grateful.
Oh man,
you get with a young stud, they grateful.
He said grateful.
He said they grateful, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Hey, now I'm gonna make an argument. Bronny James is gonna be better than JJ Redick. A lot of people say he doesn't deserve to be in the NBA. I don't know, man. I think he has some skill. He might not be as big as a lot of guys are, but he's very explosive. He can shoot the ball. To tell you the truth, I think he can shoot the ball now better than his dad can shoot in probably his first 5 years in the league. I think Bronny James can shoot the ball, just straight up shoot the ball. Now, I don't know how he's going to do with, these big 6'6" guards sticking them in. I don't know how he's going to do against all of that. you know, but I think he definitely just wasn't playing video games all day. You know, I think he was training and getting his man body together to be able to go out there and bang with those dudes, you know.
Well, he's got to have some skill.
Hey, Vernon, you know what I used to say about them big girls? Do they pay like they weigh? That's all I wanted to know. Do they pay like they weigh? You know, most people say big girls need love too. I say, do they pay like they weigh?
Yeah. If they do, you'll be a rich man.
Come on.
Yeah, why not?
I ain't mad at them.
Nope.
Well, I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate the invite, bud.
Oh yeah, man. Salute to you for pulling
Salute.
up. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it. You know, we ain't gonna walk them all night. You know, we ain't gonna walk the dogs all night, but you know, we get up on here and you know, splash with everybody. Hey, I'm gonna watch this joint again because I know there's a bunch of knowledge I could retain if I watch it again. You know what I'm saying? So hey, it was a success. Appreciate everybody for pulling up, you know.
Yeah. Arrowhead, I see you, man. You fortunate. You got the whole family involved in the dogs.
Yo, Buck, you ain't
Arrowhead.
see what's up with that membership?
Oh yeah, you know I never did. That's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
I was thinking if you post that link on your community page where you post the dogs on.
Right.
See if I can.
Oh, you think it'll work over there?
I mean, I'm trying. I was just thinking. You feel what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Once
yeah,
you
nah.
post it in the chat, I still can't even click on it. It go right to that community page, and not all I see is the dogs. You get what I mean?
Oh, I got you. Let me see. Yeah, no, I'm gonna definitely put it in that community and see if it works.
Are you using an iPhone?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I was just a member though. You know what I mean? So maybe I had to, you know, I think what is it, 30 days? I had to upgrade it or do a renew.
Oh, the
It takes
membership
mine out my card through YouTube, I think. But I couldn't set it up initially because the iPhone won't let you. The join button won't show up. So I had to get on my laptop to do
it. Yeah, I was on there.
Or Buck can send you the link. Buck can send you the link.
Yeah, he put in the chat a couple days ago. That shit was straight going to community page. I said he done blocked my shit on everything.
What did I
Let me
say?
see.
Yeah,
I just put it in.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
He come with
yeah. I didn't know I made you mad. Shit.
Hey, I
put it in
appreciate the chat. The chat was very involved tonight. That was good looking out.
Salute. Good talking to
you. In the community, and I put it in the backstage.
Okay,
there in the community. Yes, sir.
All right, brothers. Appreciate
we got to chop it up
about
some films. Oh yeah, salute. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna wrap it up, put the ashtrays up, you know, get all the waters about the joint. You know what I'm saying? You gotta close down shop.
Yeah. I go back and listen to it too, but when it's me talking, I fast forward. I want to hear everybody else talk. Get tired of hearing myself.
That's what we want to hear. That's what I did the past history. A lot of those streams that I be going back and listening, and those be the ones I really be on. I mean, you know, we could talk about the new stuff and everything, but a lot of time that old history, that's what's gonna get lost. There's a lot of these dog men, just like Carl Cruz. I was gonna try to get an interview with him, and then you know I had to do my little situation, and then boom, you know he passed. You know, so you know he
I missed a few like that too
to talk about. You know,
definitely. I missed some too. Even like Randy McCollum, I would have had a good conversation with him, you know, but
Right.
he had cancer, then he passed away after that. I had
You
all
got
kinds
some
of
good
questions
ones
I would
though.
have.
You got a lot of good interviews. A lot of
Yeah,
good interviews.
yeah. I got some more coming up. They just, you know, I just reach out to these people. Some of them won't do it. That's okay. I understand. But some will. And then I have some help too. Some people say, you got to get on there. You know, it's part of history and people need to hear your story and stuff. Like Gene Matson, Leander Daigle, uh, Bob Finley, a lot of them old heads. LA Dream Team, West Coast Combine. I try and get everybody, man. Don't matter what ethnicity or what faith or what. If you're a dog, man, I'm going to try and reach out if I can.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Keep it going. You got that good, consistent channel, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
That good, consistent channel, man. That's good. Keeping it going. What you got in the oven, Wartown?
Man, I just been sitting back, man. I got a little. I got a. I'll send you a breeding. I got some Mayday hardcore breeding coming up. I got a.
Okay.
I'm about to breed my. I'm about to breed some of my old Virgil stuff, my old Jeep Rascal Virgil stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But I just
Yeah,
been.
yeah.
But yeah, I got
Which Virgil? Which
Grand
Virgil is that?
Grand Champion Virgil. I
Yeah,
mean,
which one?
Gambler's Virgil. Gambler's Virgil.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that stuff.
Yeah. I even judged some offspring of his at a confirmation show. One of them I gave best in show. That was a beautiful dog. Man. Some bitch was tight. It looked like a bulldog. He acted like a bulldog too. And he wasn't like crazy and shit, just real serious type.
I had a daughter of his, man, and she was the best producing dog I ever had. She a POR, man. Every time I put a lot of dogs of hers in the wrong hands, but every time I have a brother, man, she produced a lot of winners in every litter. I mean, I done had litters
Yeah.
of the whole. I had litters of 4. Like she had a litter of 4. Everybody go. Everybody go.
Yeah.
Everybody go hunt. Everybody go
Yeah.
hunting. I mean, she just was a real high caliber dog. And then, like you said, when they put like that litter, I told you all of them went to the dance. She produced a lot of good dogs on that. And one of her 2-time winning sons went on to produce his first litter. He produced the champion and a few 2-time winners and 1-time winners. And
There you go.
and actually I got and that was like 20 years ago, but I got he produced a 4-time winner, and I got a double bred son of him still around. He's about 7 to 8 years old.
All right. Yeah, my friend used that stuff too. He liked it, man.
Man, I had so many. I ain't gonna lie, man. That's that Jeep Rascal cross right there, man. Heavy Rascal, Jeep Rascal. That's the best dogs I ever had. I mean, even when I had the Mayday dogs, the only reason I got the Mayday dogs is because I was right across the street from Big Apple Kennels, man. But actually, all the guys that had those kind of dogs, they got they was using some of my dogs. The mate, I mean, I was, man. I'm the only one, man. They would respect me because I was the only one that was standing toe to toe with those dogs when they was crushing everybody. They couldn't do it. They couldn't do it to my dogs, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Gator Boys, Apple Kennels, none of them could come over there. After a while, they was like, you know what? Give me some of them dogs. They start taking them out with me. Man.
Yeah. Well, some of them dogs could crush shit too, man. They were rough as hell.
Man, them dogs was, man, the top to the top, man. It's just I lost a lot of them, man. But yeah, they were doing some really good dogs, man. Really good dogs. I love them. I love that Rascal Cross, man. That's my favorite stuff.
Yeah.
Jeep Rascal, I love them.
Very popular. Very popular. You got.
I want to cope. That's what I sent you the pedigree of that big red grandson I got up. If he turns out like I like him, I'm gonna incorporate him into that Virgil stuff.
Cool. I'll check it out. Yeah. Check it out. Yeah. He was just a consistent producer, man. A lot of good dogs off of him and that blood. Yeah. And there ain't a whole lot of it. You know, I never bred a whole lot of it, but it's still like I said, my protege, quote unquote, you just run with it, man. They're real good with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not. I know they did a breeding with them. I think they got like 3 females out the litter, no males. And I got one of the daughters of them.
Nice.
I know everybody else keeping theirs and keeping. I don't even hear nothing about them. They got them. I ain't never
Yeah.
hear nothing about them. They keeping theirs tight lip.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you ain't got you ain't got no shows coming up, schoolboy, that you gonna be at?
No, we do one every year in Southern California, usually around April, May, like that.
Yeah.
But I haven't been traveling much as I used to. I don't have time and a lot of issues and shit. But I try and make that one every year. It's in Southern California.
Okay.
But I used to go all over the place, different countries too, man. I loved it. You know, that's part of it's fun too. Judging show, judging weight pool, judging even all breed shows. I've been involved in them. I judge the pit bulls, and they have other judges for different breeds. You know, Jack Russell, German Shepherd, Mastiff, Bullies. They do it up in Mexico too, man. They have big old shows. Thousands of people go. Sometimes their weight pool, they'll start in the morning and don't finish till the next day. They run all night with their weight pool. Yeah.
Are you guys gonna do wall climb at your show?
At mine?
Yeah.
No, we just do confirmation.
I got you.
No sport. Yeah. But in Mexico, all them sport real heavy into it. You won't go to a confirmation show that don't have sports.
I wonder what the
And
dimensions on that board. You know, it probably shouldn't
I
be.
think
You know,
it's got to be 16, 20 feet tall by about 6 feet wide, something like that.
I got
Yeah.
it. How would you mimic that? I taught my dogs how to run a gate. But how would I? I was trying to figure out how I would mimic that wall.
Well, you have to get them used to chasing some kind of bait, you know, something they put in their mouth.
Yeah, you know what? I
Yeah,
use a
and
squirrel.
just
I use a squirrel tail and I put it up in there, like on a gate, and I let them. Then they start running up the gate.
yeah,
That's
why
what I
not? I mean, I would start them on the ground and then have them run up something like you're saying. But I would actually scratch them to it, so they get used to where you're holding them and then you cut them
Yeah,
loose, and then they go right for the bait,
yeah, exactly.
and then
That's exactly what I do.
yeah, you just raise it up little bit, and I think the record's somewhere around, what is it, like 15 feet or something
I don't know. I
something
gotta
like
find.
that. Well,
I think
down there they use the metric system, so it's meters. Yeah.
Actually,
Okay. Yeah.
I had a dog that trained me to do it because one day I had my dog loose and she seen a squirrel and the squirrel ran up in the tree and she ran up in the tree too.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how my daughter used to do that. She did that with a couple of our dogs. She taught them how to chase squirrels up trees because we're surrounded by big old tons of acres of almond trees. So she'd get out there in the field. Big Red was one of them, and then his son, Mr. Riley, they chase squirrels up trees, climb trees and shit. I did kind of a sports video. If you go to my channel, it's on. I forget what it's called, but it might be the one of how to test your keep or something, test your conditioning or something. But I kind of went through the process, how I learned how to weight pool dogs, and then some of the things about wall climbing, like that. It's fun. Some of them people they don't even hold their dog. It's all voice and hand commands. So they just set the dog up, give it a command, and it either pulls or jumps on the wall climb. They don't. They're loose. The fucking dogs are loose. They ain't even on a lead or nothing.
Hmm.
And with the sports, you can have, at least in other countries, but I don't know how it is in the U.S. But the sports, any breed of dog could do it. So
Huh.
in Mexico, the treadmill race, they had pit bulls, they had greyhounds, they had German shepherds, had Jack Russells. The weight pull, they had mostly pit bulls. There was one, I think, a Rottweiler, and they had some staffies, little bull staffs, doing the weight pull. Some of them dogs can pull some weight, man. They'll pull 8,000 or 9,000 pounds.
Yeah, man. I remember reading this. I remember my friend had a dog off of, I think it was he had a dog of Debo's champion Blackie. It was a little dog, and he was a real little dog, but he had like a record for pulling weight, and he was pulling like one time they took him I think they took him and weight pulled him, and then they matched him like a day or two later, and he
Yeah. Yeah.
Debo champion Blackie. I still remember that dog.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they do. They're
Oh.
amazing, man. They do all kinds of shit. I've judged, confirmation. I've judged champions, grand champions that made champion, grand champion in the confirmation show too. So they got both titles: pit champion, pit grand champion, and show champion and grand champion too. Different dogs.
Dual champions, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you got sleep, man. What's up, y'all? Everybody,
They getting sleepy. They getting sleepy. Hey,
Nighttime.
all that smoking they was talking about, huh?
Nah, we here.
Hook up,
We get off
hook
here, I'm still gonna be bulldogging, man.
up. Yeah, I got this dope ass interview I did with the Mink Man. I'm about to let him check it out before I drop it. But I
There you
think
go.
he's gonna enjoy that, man. He got a super big following. He got
Look, what y'all
Yeah,
think about this? Look, like everybody be talking about it's conflicting. Everybody be talking about the when they go to Mexico, the shows be like Mexico. They do whatever they do is the dogs are so par or half fast or whatever. But as soon as somebody like the Mexicans get something going on, everybody run to it. Like first they talking about the Mexican Eli now, and the minute they gonna be talking about Mexican Red Boy because I see everybody with
yeah,
the Packers and they gonna be talking about
yeah,
Mexican Red Boy in a minute.
yeah. Well, just like here, some of them guys, I'll be honest, they incorporated. They don't say what it is,
Yeah.
but you could tell that got some Mayday in it, man. That got some Red Boy in it, like that.
I see
And
they
like
got
I said, even back in the day, I seen some that was that stuff competing, and I saw it was we talked about it, Buck. It was a Champion Black. He had some of that Carrata blood in him. I seen him win his third. But yeah, they might be doing that. Mexican Red
yeah
Boy, Mexican
yeah
Mayday.
because they got I see they got Boomer blood, but they got theirs like through that Judah Rom dog and the Pecker's blood.
Mm-hmm.
Champion Pecos or Pecos, what it's called? Pecos.
Pecos,
Yeah,
Pecos. Yeah.
Pecos. I,
Hmm.
I see everybody. I see that's the red. That's the Red Boy choice now. I see.
Okay. Yeah. Depends on who gets it, where they get it from.
Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they just known for checking their stuff good. That's why people like it. They keep it a
To keep it,
certain way.
yeah, keep it refined.
They'll test it. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. So, Even back then, you could go down there if you, let's say you went to a convention or something, you could buy the dog right there, or a brother to it or something. Not that expensive.
Enlighten me, man. I only know like one person like in the United States, like over here that you really could get stew flower blood from. Why is it so prevalent in Mexico? The stew flower blood.
Because well, that's the thing. The Mexican stuff, it wasn't a big variety like here. You won't you might see some Zebo Incorporated, but most of it is heavy Eli, Bully Son, Eli Jr., Eli like that, Boudreaux, and then you had the Fontenot's Booger stuff, the Stu Fowler
Yeah.
Red Lady,
Uh,
and that was about it. And Goras, the Bolillo stuff,
yeah.
but there wasn't a lot of variety, so they kind of kept it pure as much as they could. Now they're starting to add different stuff.
And
But
of course the Ed Crenshaw stuff.
yeah,
They
that's
got-
the Stu
yeah,
Fowler Red Lady stuff. That's the Ed Crenshaw stuff. So they mostly kept it that way.
yeah,
And
now they
and
do stuff, huh?
yeah, and if they did add something else from up here for a long time, it was mostly Boudreaux stuff, more Boudreaux, the Badger, the Reno, Skull, Maverick, like that. But
Yes.
now, like you said, they're putting Red Boy, Mayday, Red Boy Jocko, maybe some other stuff. I don't know, but they didn't have like they didn't have like Turtle Buster, or maybe a little bit here, but not predominant. They didn't have like Turtle Buster or some of the other stuff, the Tombstone Red Baby. They didn't have like even the Boomerang stuff. Not really. They pretty much kept to what they had, and it's because they would get whatever was along the border there. They didn't come up into the United States too much. So the border from California all the way to Louisiana is pretty much the dogs they got. A lot of dogs from Texas,
Gotcha.
Louisiana, California, Arizona, New Mexico.
Hmm.
I might do some interviews with them. I'll have to, I don't know, maybe I'll translate them or something, or but there's
I got a
some of
dog.
them old guys I could do.
I got a dog. You ever heard of this dog? I don't know if I'm saying it right. Chiflado.
Yeah, Chiflado.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chiflado and Tatis.
Yeah, I got a dog that got.
Is it
They got
is
a
the
heavy in that
is
blood.
it the Black Rock stuff?
Yeah, off downlift day
Yeah.
nitro dog. I had a
Yeah.
I had a little off of one of their champions. They had a champion fat boy off of nitro. I had a red boy little gator dog, and I had a little off those dogs.
Yeah.
And they turned out to be really good. Matter of fact, I got grandkids of those dogs now, man. They turned out to be really good dogs.
Yeah, that's some good stuff. The little gator stuff, it's from Baja.
Yeah.
And then you have the Black Rock stuff. It's Tatis Chiflado. That's the stuff I like. He's got other stuff in there. He got some, that Champion Little Red was different. But the Tatis Chiflado, that stuff, I like that.
Yeah, mine had like the Champion Little Red. I had like just the pure Chiflado stuff. Yeah, that stuff.
Yeah.
I
like that better.
I had it on top of my little gator red boy dog.
Yeah.
I had a whole litter of them. I mean, they was pretty good.
Was the little gator red boy? Was it red boy from Bean?
No, it was red boy from the old red boy stuff, like the Robinson stuff.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Oh, that old stuff like that.
Yeah, Triple I Red and all that.
Yeah, it's all like the old Robinson stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bred inbred, bred to the little gator stuff, top and bottom, and then bred them together. Then I took it.
The one I seen was, in fact, it had a little bit of my stuff in it, but it was mostly the Bean, which is heavy red boy, and then bred to the little gator stuff. Champion Chamuco and
Don't worry. If all goes well, it's gonna be burning your stuff again.
Yeah. He was a bad dog, man. That dog was badass.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I like those dogs. The ones that
Yeah.
turned up, they was good.
Yeah.
I
That
guess.
stuff heavy over on this side, man. They got the little gator with the Chinaman and the Frisco and some, like I said, a little bit of Red Boy and
That you know
some
what's so
Jeep.
funny? That's what I did after I went to this after I went from the little gator Red Boy little gator to the Shaflado. I went and that's what I did. I bred one of those to a Gardner dog. It turned out really nice. Actually,
Yeah.
once I did that, it like it panned out. It was better.
Yeah.
They
I
were
mean,
they,
they saturated with a lot of that stuff. If you went down there, years ago, whatever show it was, it's gonna have some little gator in it. Somebody gonna have it, or the
yeah, I got
Chinaman, or whatever.
yeah. I'm more of a
Rancherita Kennels had it. Vince, of course, Benny. A lot of them guys, Eddie and BMW, and I forgot the Lionel. There's a lot of guys that got that stuff.
yeah. I've seen up here. I've seen a lot of it, but I like it through certain dogs. I noticed those dogs are they're really impressive and they'll fool you.
Yeah.
You gotta watch those dogs.
Yeah.
They got a lot of ability, and they tend to fool
Yeah,
you.
that Angel, Black Angel, Negrita, Chido, got a Rancherita Kennels, Jerry Wiseman. I told him a bitch named Bugsy off of Champion Ninja and Miss Rowdy. Miss Rowdy was Big Red's sister, and they bred her to Little Gator and got the hell is his name? Champion Cyclone, and Burrito was a two-time winner.
I always see that in there, and I always see the Big Red in them dogs, and I see him in T-Today too.
Yeah, he's in T-Today back there. Yeah, a little bit here and there everywhere. I think dogs in different states.
That Game Jane dog or something like that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Doctor. What was his name? Cristiani.
Yeah. I always seen those dogs. I remember. I always defended a Big Red dog. My friend had bred a Midnight Cowboy dog to him, and when he was over here, and he would do like grand champions and like a ROM female that he sent back to Texas.
Yeah. They had even J-Bo, he's got a channel too. He's seen some of my stuff, some Big Red stuff anyway. Not mine. Well, one of mine. One was mine I sent to Rudy back in Louisiana. And then he's seen some other ones, Machiavelli, and it got around a little bit.
That's how he my shit through the T-Today shit.
Yeah.
I had messaged you a couple months ago and told you that, Schoolboy.
Did you? Was that you?
Yeah, I said it's two of them in the T-Today breed, and it's two of them dogs, two of Big Red, male and a female.
All right. Yeah. He was an 8-time winner.
Cool.
T-Today.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I had his daughter.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, my people's up top got a daughter.
Yeah.
Got a daughter down off him. That's how I got my shit basically.
Was it Slick that had some of that stuff too?
Huh?
Who was talking about Slick earlier?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's who left.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
What's your T-Today stuff got come down off? T-Today bred to what?
One of his daughters, Hoochie Mama.
Oh, the Red Boy dog.
Yeah.
I had the little mate sister. That's the one I had.
Oh, yeah.
I said INT is ITE is the bottom side, right? It's a Red Boy, double red inbred boomer dog, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. I had the little mate. And her matter of fact, I know the one you told me. You probably got one of the black and white bitch. Up top over here. Did they brought it to NASCAR, didn't they?
Yeah, they definitely brought her to her, but my
Yeah, they
man
brought it
that
to
got her.
NASCAR. She produced like a champion or something
Yeah,
like
my
that.
man. Yeah. My man got
Yeah.
the yeah.
Yeah.
That's some of that boomer stuff in Mexico, right?
No, that's the pit 70 Arabs boomer.
Oh, not Pitt Island.
Yeah, Pit Island. Yeah, the same thing.
Okay,
That's where
yeah,
it
I
came from.
think I think some of that is in Mexico too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
that Pecos blood is that's the same. That's that boomer blood.
Oh, okay, Pecos. Yeah.
Pecos,
Okay,
yeah, that's
gotcha.
that boomer blood.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. I had I had a little message to them dogs. That was some good dogs. I should have never. The breeder called me back after the dog was like 15 or 16 months. He called me and he had sold all his dogs and was asked me to sell him the dog back, man. I didn't really want to, but he was like, man, come on, man, please sell me the dog back. I was like, man, if I sell you this dog back when you breed it, let me get a puppy. Man, as soon as
Yeah.
I sold the dog back, he went and sold it for a whole bunch of money.
Oh shit.
I
I could
was
have
I
just
was
kept the
saying my
dog.
people, my old timer, he had the daughter, well, the granddaughter. So he had the daughter to Hoochie Mama
Yeah.
and bred it to a dynamite grandson. And the owner of that dog, the male dog, he went away for a couple joints or whatever the case may be, came home. So the dog's like once he did the dogs ain't even a year old. They like 13 months. You know what I'm talking about? And it was like 10 of them shits are still around and shit. So I had 3 of them. So I basically told him, I'll give him 2 of my shit, basically, because I got them for free. So I said, man, I'll give you 2 of these shits back. I'm keeping one of them. You feel what I mean? The one that
Yeah.
passed, I was going to keep her. Long story short, he ain't, and we had a Barracuda bitch that we had her. So he got her back. He ain't take none of the puppies. And long story short, took the father pass offline, bro. You heard?
Damn.
So that's why I really never really been breeding my shit. Cause I ain't never could get this nigga registered, man. Cause he took the pass down type shit. You heard?
Damn.
Or his bond. Like I bred him to his sister because I had to let him his sister and shit. But other than that, man, I just been sitting on this nigga mad as hell, man. Good ass dog too, boy.
Damn.
Shit.
Hey, the
Real
dogs
shit.
get around. That's interesting. They all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, fellas, I got to get on here. It's getting late
Yeah,
out
man.
here.
It's good talking to y'all too, man.
Always, always. Buck, if you're still there, thanks for having me on. Salute to the chat, the panel. Had a great time. We'll do it again.
Yes,
Salute.
sir.
Salute.
All
Yes,
right,
sir.
brother. Take care. Peace.
Peace.
Yo. Yo, Buck, you still there? Buck, Crack it. Yo.
Yeah, he be stepping out.
Huh?
I said he be stepping out.
Shit. About to roll up too now. Shit, y'all done got me up.
Nah, that's it, boy. That's all I'm doing. I get off of here, I'm gonna be on the book just looking at hounds, man. You know? So real shit until I fall asleep or listen to some of these ones that I probably caught a couple days ago, you know what I'm talking about?
uh,
A couple of these old shows and shit. But
Snap.
yeah, homeboy took the motherfucking pass down, man. Fuck my whole groove up, man.
Yeah, I had one of them. I had one of them. I had a red one off that litter. Nice big, nice red female, man.
Yeah, that's them shit. Them shit spit them red ones. Them red ones, alright. I'm only saying that because my like I said, I had 3 of them,
Yeah.
and my shit's more so my male buckskin, more so buckskin color. His sisters that I had was like more brown. They was buckskin, but they was like more brown, darker. And then you had the red ones, and all them red shits was really like different. They was basically bigger. I'm gonna say
Yeah, I
that.
ain't gonna lie. She was a big female, like a boy, man. She
Yeah,
was way bigger than my female was way bigger than Hoochie Mama.
yeah. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna tell you that. Just like my male mom, Grace, Hoochie Mama daughter, she big as hell, man. Them red ones big as hell, and my male, the puppies that I just had. Well, I had them 3 years ago. The last litter, I had 3 red ones in there, and all them shits was way bigger than the rest of them shits. You know what I'm saying? When
Yeah,
them
I ain't gonna.
shits when them shits like 8, 9 months, them shits looking grown as hell. Like,
Yeah, I ain't gonna. Yeah, by the time I ain't gonna lie, my dog she looked like a boy dog, and by the time she was 12 months old, she looked like a grown dog.
yeah.
Yeah, they had nice conformation and everything. A really nice dog. I wish I'd have kept it. I I I had her. And she was nice, man. And I wanted I was gonna take it to I had a grandson, a grand champion rattler. I had a son, of grand champion rattler.
Mm.
I was gonna put him on her.
Them shits alright.
Man, I ain't never get to do it, man. Trying to be cool with people, man. Don't never pan out. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I came down this for down south and shit, bro. So I don't know nobody out this motherfucker besides the motherfuckers I met in the 5 years I've been out here. But shit, I don't know. Like, so I'm cooling on that type of level. Like, you know what I mean?
Uh,
I ain't around motherfuckers don't know where I live at, that type of shit. I'm cool.
Sometimes it's better like that,
Yeah, nah, nah, yeah. I
huh?
ain't playing. I was saying, yeah, hell yeah, I ain't playing with it. That's why when they be on here going off, I just be listening to that shit. Like, man, like first and foremost, motherfuckers don't even know each other. You know where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
So if you on some shit like they be going off and shit like, man, come on.
I don't got time for that. I just want to. I'm a gentleman at first, man. I just want to talk dogs and all that. Any other stuff, I don't want anyone to be involved, man.
Yeah.
We already, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
It ain't
nah,
even
I'm
worth it, man.
Yeah.
It's like this. It's like this, man. It, it's the same rules apply. Usually, the loudest person in the room is the weakest person in the room. And you ever see on like on Facebook something, you see those dudes that's always yelling and talking and
yeah,
stirring
nah,
up
that's why I
stuff.
said I just be looking at all that shit. I just be like, man, these motherfuckers out here in this world really crazy. Like,
Clowns. Yeah.
dead ass serious. Like, really.
On some nut shit.
Nah, real talk, bro. I said, like, I watch all this shit. You know where I'm coming from? And I just, I fuck with the dog, so I watch all this shit, bro.
Yo, you know what? It's a new type of I don't know. It's a new type of dog thing. They think when they start stirring up, kicking up dust and yelling and hooping and hollering and starting controversy, that makes them a good dog man. Yeah.
That's why I made that one about,
Yeah.
about building that yard, at the end of the day. Because you could be remembered just from barking on YouTube. I mean, if that's what you want,
That's what you
but
do, right?
I mean, shit, at the end of the day, you got to have some type of body of work. Something's got to been working, I mean, whatever lane you in, if you're in the show lane or whatever.
I don't even know. Some of these dudes, they make their own. Now on the internet, you go over there and make your own lane. Just start lying, I guess. That's what they
Just
did.
going after cats.
Just go and start lying and shit. Or dudes in my or go and start talking, really talking about shit you don't know. But they just make their own lanes up there. These dudes are so crazy. And you know what? Like people like that, I don't know. People, everybody look over them. Like I see people be over there making up all kind of shit.
Nah, niggas be, I'm on them niggas.
Huh?
That's how I be on them. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, a lot of shit don't even need to be spoke about type shit. You know what I mean? Because be bringing up old shit, but this is some months back, and it's not even that long ago. You know what I mean? I was definitely wasn't gonna call in, but at the same time, it just be on some shit where like motherfuckers really be missing the point. Sometimes will be missing certain little situations and shit. Buck, you there?
Yeah, yeah.
So like for instance, where this going? Look, and I be peeping and I be on it like that. Back when your boy Barner, you know what I'm talking about? So
Yeah, yeah.
that whole little situation, he jumped on, stirred up shit fast as hell. Now we sit here 3 weeks, then a month later, and motherfuckers like niggas ain't fucking with each other no more type shit. Not saying him, but I'm just saying in general. You know what I'm saying? You know, motherfuckers was pulling up over here, you was pulling up over there, like, you know? And it's just like he hopped on for a couple seconds, argued with old timer. Motherfuckers got on his ass, bringing up old ass shit. Now it's just like, oh, wait, you know what I'm saying? I'm,
I'm still trying to figure. I mean, I don't know if he.
nah, like
I
shit,
just.
you on the mic,
But
it's
what
just
did
like
I do though? I just want to know what I
nothing,
did.
nothing. So that's what I'm trying to explain. That it, it's going to be a motherfucker that's not in the mix, that's sitting back listening and looking at all these shits. That's going to understand it. Like, I now just peeped it. Like, damn, cuz jumped on here, talked about old OG and saying something about this and that when that shit been done. You know what I'm talking about? It
He
was
just
like,
self-destructed and then just blew the whole spot up. An
yeah, and I was just thinking. I sat back and like, man, that's how the man
outsider
that's how
at
the man
that
worked
though.
though. The man come in
But
and
we
try to really like, destroy and conquer. Like, you know where I'm coming from?
right,
Divide and
right.
conquer. Actually, like he came in straight this like did some fuck shit quick as hell. Like, but I'm like, damn, nobody ain't even peep it. Like, you know what I mean? You know?
Now, if you look at it like that because that's kind of the way I was looking at it, but I was just thinking like, no way it could be that.
Nah,
You know what
nah,
I'm saying?
nah. It ain't. But that's
Because I
how I
thought
take all the.
motherfuckers was realer than that. You know, I was
Yeah.
like, well,
Nah,
but
hell no. I'm on it like that. I'm like, man, he just did some more wild shit. Like. He wild and bring up some old shit. Now, you know what I mean? Or I could take you way back further when Dark Society jumped on one time. I remember you was cooling. You was talking about some shit or it was going down, whatever was happening. And he happened to jump on and start talking about the skinny nigga, like, you know where I'm coming from? And that's and
right.
that's and that's when he called in and you and him going back and forth. And he was coming like, oh, y'all over here talking about me. Da, da, da. When it's like, yo, this nigga brung you up. And it
I
wasn't
Right,
even nothing.
right.
I can't even go back and forth with a dude like that. I can't even. Yo, he won. You won, nigga. You won. Cause like what you won? Like go ahead.
But it was
I
so
can't go back and
crazy
forth.
because I'm like, damn, somebody called in and brung him his name up. It wasn't like motherfuckers was over here already talking
You
about
won.
him.
Cause
You get what I'm saying? So now I'm like, damn, now him and Buck arguing,
uh,
and then
nah.
you and OG start having not words, but you and OG, you know where I'm coming from? So I'm
Right,
like,
right.
damn. I'm like, damn, like, you know what I mean? I be peeping all that shit though. Like I be on that shit, like, man, niggas be on some clown shit. You know what I'm saying?
Now they know how to get up in here, man, and infiltrate. you know.
Nah, that shit be
Hey,
crazy.
unfortunately, we be letting it happen though. It's like fuck.
I wouldn't even pay him no attention. Like, but
We,
you got to
we
pay him
felt
attention
the
because it just keep
banana in the
on going.
tailpipe, you know.
He's just like an idiot. Like I don't got no time. Like that's some dumb. Like what is your purpose? He like a plant. He like they put him here or something. Like they're like, yo, you know what? He you can't leave us that you got some work to do. Maybe he got some charges he got to work off. I don't know. He got for alone.
For real.
Maybe they let him off. He got he
But
said he
this
got
that love and bulldogs, you know. This is love and bulldogs, you know, like love and hip hop, you know.
my thing is listen, man. I don't know, man. That's the equivalent of somebody get caught for, I guess, let's just say weed. You get caught for selling weed, now you just got a a vendetta on all the weed dealers, like, or people that smoking weed, the people that's selling weed, the people that's around the weed. You know,
Any motherfucker that smell like weed, he on your ass.
Yo, what
Man,
the hell?
I don't get it.
But
And
then
when
you
you
still
break
trying to sell.
everything
But
down,
after you do that, but then you got a weed spot over there trying to sell you some weed too. Like, huh?
right? Okay, I see what this all about. You trying to get your shit off,
Like what?
but that's what it always is. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
Motherfucker stirred up that shit because controversy sells. That's real. That's real life.
That's
And
for
you might
real.
run off a couple potential customers too, but
Yo,
if
that
you on there
100%.
arguing about your dog and shit, I done been there, and motherfuckers just be hitting you up, just like trying to cop everything. So I
100%,
get, I
man.
get why these dudes do that shit, because it's like, okay, you the talk of the day,
Yeah, I see people out there arguing all day on Facebook just going and start arguments for nothing. Then people asking me, yo, you know about this dude, dog? I'm like, man, don't call me about this stupidness. I don't know about that dumb shit. Yeah.
So did you hear about the Christian Brown dude?
Well, he infiltrating he the dude that it got with all them the dogs, and he said he infiltrated the. Yeah, I seen him.
Damn, bruh.
Yeah,
And he's kind of sketchy. I look back at some of his old posts and shit. He's definitely a sketchy guy.
yo, I seen some of the dudes I fool with. I had to text him, email, send him a text like, yo, look, you his friend. Yo, tighten up.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, no, straight up, man. That was a blessing from heaven, man, because that guy's all amongst everything.
Yeah, I
For
sent that.
real.
I was like, yo, y'all need to tighten up.
Yes.
I
That's what we
seen
gotta
somebody
do.
post that shit right before you jumped on and started talking about that shit. I'm like, damn, I just seen this post too.
Yeah, I had to hurry up. It couldn't wait. Sometimes you got to push the lesson plan for another day and talk about what's real.
I had to hit cracking. Like, yo, I had to text him like, yo, look, you right. You the first person I see is his friend. Like, yo, get that motherfucker out of here.
Yeah, I already supposed to be
Yeah, that
fucking with Kraken,
motherfucker.
man. Not for nothing, man. I'm wild. I'm down here wild. I'm hard done.
I get that shit. I don't know. Yeah, you gotta be careful. These motherfuckers, man, they're crazy,
Yeah,
man, for
for real.
nothing. Yeah. And
It's
nobody
that
on
hate. That
making
hate. They just sit back, and dude said he's sitting back for hours and gathering data. And I mean, come on, man. That's hate.
for
You
what?
hate us.
I mean, what was your purpose?
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy, ain't it? Oh man,
Yeah, everybody like that beef shit. I mean, I get it. It's a breath of fresh air. Just like today, we jumped up on here and got a nice, few hours in and just straight grinding. You know what I'm saying? But
I gotta hit you. I gotta talk to you too about
yeah.
back thing. I got definitely, but
But a lot of the dudes, you seen them, man, that they'll come up. This should be funny as fuck to me. Cause like, okay, so we had a great stream. It's like motherfuckers ain't calling in now. But when it's about some controversy shit, motherfuckers calling in. It's like, well, fuck, let me get in on this cliz out.
yeah,
That's just what it seemed to me.
Man. I hate that, man. Yo, as soon as all that, I stay far away from that. I like to stay in the cut. I don't like all that controversy and all that dumb shit. We talking about
Then
regular.
it's like, hey man, you could have hit him on the back street, man. You could have hit me on the back street and told me this shit.
Yeah, fucking idiot.
So what are you talking about? Like,
We
all here for the entertainment, bro. Let's see, when we turn it into something else, that's when you fuck up. This is entertainment, bro.
Exactly.
Let's keep people's addresses and wives and kids and shit out of it and just pop this shit. Fuck it. It's simple, you know.
Yeah, they be wow, boy.
Like WWE, man.
Yeah. I'd rather debate some topics though, because I'm gonna keep the format because I like to debate topics. Like, you know, we could debate, you know, motherfucker like Jeep Dawes, Eli Dawes, you know, he might like Red Boy Jocko Dawes, you know, motherfucker get up here, we clear it out, and then motherfucker go back and forth, like, you know, shit, this good dog for that good dog, this good dog for that good dog, you know, and just go down the list, you know. That's healthy shit. It's a good argument. It gets heated. People get emotional, but it's healthy though. You know, that's what I want. Honestly, it's gonna happen. Everything I've been wanting so far, shit just happens. So I'm gonna just want this shit enough, and then it's gonna be that.
I gotta give me one of them inbred lynch Mike dogs, man.
You just heard me say I supposed to been already on cracking ass already, man. You heard?
Man, you gotta get over there, man. It's real vast.
Nah,
Real
definitely,
vast.
man.
I gotta give me one of them
and
put over into my repertoire over here.
That what's it call it? Well, I know for a fact that that War Pony 2 Nova, that's gonna be a real good one because that one been done before. I mean, that's not a guarantee, but that one's been done before. They came out phenomenal. And then there's a new one. It's a little heavier on the mic, but that breeding haven't been done before. The bitch Hannibal throwing some good dogs, but the bitch it's her first time. You know how that goes.
I seen that she big. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
He know motherfuckers on it.
Yo, the bitch is big. I looked, I said, okay. She got a few in there, okay. I think I was waiting for this one. See, I was waiting for a good one. I think I'm gonna go with this one.
You know, I'm looking for the one that looked like Marisol.
That
Marisol, that's Hannibal's daughter, FYI. So she gets up too. You know, she's a real athletic bitch. You know, that bitch.
Definitely that color.
She's gonna have that high energy.
Man, I seen. Yeah, I'm really I got a problem, man. I always say I don't need no more. I want no more, but I do want one of those.
The heavy inbred lynch shit, huh?
Yeah, I want one of them heavy lynch shit. I get that, man. I'm cool out, man. Chill out. I just want to combine them different. I want to combine them different strands, man. And see what happened, man. See what's going on.
You hear me? I'm moving my shit around now. You hear what I'm talking about? I gotta take some shit. I gotta take some shit up top type shit. That's why I'm really trying to, like, you know what I mean? on some real shit in like a week or two, probably, like, you know.
Yeah.
Them Novocaine pups, man. I'm telling
I
you.
already know. I'll puss it. Been already done. You know what I mean? You know the shit.
Them
so
joints.
He said Novocaine. What's the off of War Pony 2?
Yeah, Prodigy back to this double mic, bitch.
Yeah.
So it's a nice little line breeding little scheme there.
I'm gonna check it out.
My shit.
I know the War Pony. I know the War Pony dog.
I'm gonna pull it up right here. Hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. This one right here. I guarantee. Well, you know, you can't guarantee anything, but these dogs, they're gonna have a lot of confidence. These guys, they wide open right now. They're getting after it. It's gonna be one of them litters. You know, you're gonna have to break these joints up fast.
Yeah, you know what?
They're about 5 weeks right now, but they already I can tell it's gonna be stupid. It's gonna be dumb.
That's real nice.
You got a lot of Patrick in there, so you're gonna have a lot of, you know, you got the Invicto, you got the Vice Grip, and then the way they bred anyway, like Mike shit is predominantly Bolio anyway. I think he's like a 60-40.
Oh, this
You
is
know,
nice.
typical 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you line breeding under Damien shit on the top, line breeding under Mike shit at the bottom. It's all Damien line breeding, top and bottom.
This
You
is
know,
nice.
Mm-hmm. No, I like that little shit.
These on the ground now, right?
yeah, they about 5 weeks old. They nice.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I need. I'm gonna have to grab one of these or the other ones. One of them.
There's
Even
plenty males. There's only one bitch. There's plenty males though.
on this.
Yeah, it was two bitches.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna keep one, and then there's
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 males. I know they're gonna probably keep a couple. So there's a few males available for sure.
I was thinking
But
about the
there's
little
only
black,
one bitch. That's
yeah, the little
catch
black
22.
bitch.
It's one bitch.
I
A
seen the
splash.
little black bitch. I said, yeah, but that little,
Yeah, there's one black bitch, and
but
there's
then, but then I seen that male, that tan one. You know what I mean?
there's one tan male too.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh. The only black dogs in there is that Victor stuff, ain't it?
Nah, that came from that vice grip bitch. That
Yeah.
vampire bitch was black, and
Oh,
that black
they,
silver bitch.
they got that male on that fucking silverback male.
Yep.
Down. Yeah.
That
Yeah,
shit was strong though. That bitch, she kept her
I
shit
remember,
fucking genes.
I remember I had a direct daughter, a double bred daughter, the only one in the world of Champion Stormbringer. You ever heard of him?
Stormbringer.
Yeah, you ever heard of that Champion Stormbringer vice grip dog?
Yeah, the vice grip. He's any y'all Poncho.
Yeah, he was a 4-time winner. I had a double bred daughter of him, the only one in the world. I took her and bred the haunch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
That's crazy. Soon as that computed in my head, I was like, ooh.
That's when he was a 4-time winner. So it was a double daughter of a 4-time winner, 4-time winner bred to him.
Let me see. Poncho. Stormbringer, I think he is off Poncho.
Type in Miss Bruiser. Type in Miss Bruiser, and you'll see it.
Hold on, let me see. Oh, there go the Stormbringer dog right there.
Yeah, you got a daughter named Miss Bruiser.
Ooh, that motherfucker low to the ground. Look at him.
He was nice. Yeah.
Where's it at?
The second bitch, Miss
Oh, I
Bruiser.
see. Right there.
Man, that
Oh
was.
shit.
They stole
You
my
was
dog.
holding in.
They stole the dogs. I remember we was moving all the damn dogs.
Right.
They stole
Wow.
them.
And you took this to Hunch. Oh, you fucked him.
It's on there. Going on offspring. You can see it. That should look
Which
crazy.
one?
Go to Miss Bruiser. Go to offspring. All three of them in the same book.
Yeah, I'm on Miss Bruiser now. Yeah. Hey, this is crazy.
Yeah, Miss Hollingsworth, Ghostface. Yeah,
Hey, these is bolio dogs for real. This
for
a
real.
bolio dog.
That's some of the best Hollingsworth I ever seen.
This a bolio dog for real.
Bolio, that's a real bolio dog.
This a bolio dog right here.
Hell yeah. But little Red Boy Jocko out. I
Yeah.
did. I remember I showed Victor that when he came over there to do the breeze. I was like, look at this shit. He's like, man, who did that? I said, I did. He said, damn.
Wow. Hey, that's crazy. You didn't breed none of these guys?
Nah, listen, what happened is I gave a partner a dude I was letting get into dogs. I gave him one, and I had two, and he had the mother. This dumbass, he let the mother overheat anyway. But I had an argument with my baby. I had with my ex-wife one time, and I called myself. I'm packing up. I'm leaving. I gave him. I said, take these dogs and hold them. Man, I never seen him again in my life. Never ever
Wow.
again. He ain't even the dogs no more. He took the dogs and probably, I don't know where he went. Like he just went off the face of the earth. Learned my lesson. Damn. I ain't gonna lie, that Ghostface dog, that was the best dog. That's why I love Haunch dog so much. That was the best dog I ever. I bred a lot of dogs, a lot of good dogs, man. I never bred a dog like that dog. He was that dog was on from the time he was 4 weeks old. I had to take him from his mother because when she licked him to try to clean him, he was growling out there and try to grab her. By the time he was 6 weeks old, he was he had yelled and screamed. He could never. He was never ever around his sibling. Never ever.
Hey, look at this shit though. You got that Midnight Cowboy, Lapasse's Buster, Paladin, three times Paladin. Whew, you know what these was about.
Yeah,
You know exactly what these dogs was about.
I had some of that stuff from Captain America. The dude that matter of fact Schoolboy just talking about Captain America and his son Jitsi. They had them dogs.
What about that Captain America Red Dog?
I seen his mother, right? His mother,
Right.
every time they ever she was ever bred, she produced champions. Her name was Farmer's Arts Missy.
Right.
Every time Red was come from a little Red was it was Red, it was a 2-time winner brother and another champion daughter. I mean it was another champion out of litter. But every time she ever was bred, she produced winners. Her last time she ever was bred was with Tahunch. And she had three, I think 2 or 3 males and 1 female. And the farmer said, he asked Ralph, he said, because I had a female because she's old. She was 12 years old when she had that litter. And she had a daughter named Champion Spot, which was like 10, but Spot couldn't breed. So Ralphie being an idiot, he's like, nah, I want the female. So a deal is a deal. He gave him the female and he took the males home. The males became champions. That female, I curved out.
Damn. Damn.
Yo, being an idiot, he asked him nicely to have that female, man, and he wouldn't do it. But yeah, that was funny. That was a funny day. He was disgusted.
You like that? You like that Coca-Cola blood?
Those dogs was, yeah, that was yeah, I do like it, man. That was that female. That female. I ain't gonna lie, them dogs was raw, man. Only I had that one experience with them the ones on Stormbringer, man. Them dogs was really raw, man. Real high
Yeah.
energy, man. I'm some really really good dogs, man. I heard a lot of bad stuff about Poncho. He was a cur and all that, and I don't know, but them ones off that,
Yeah, no, I did. I heard that too.
them ones off. I had those of the dude that Kurt Poncho out. He said that he said motherfucker jumped over the thing. He said he jumped over the wall.
Damn.
But listen, but I
Fucking
mean,
Poncho.
huh?
Damn Poncho.
Yeah, he said that he said it was looking bad for him that day.
I mean, it do say one time L right there, so you know maybe that explains it.
He said it looked bad for him that day, but he did produce some shit. I don't know. I mean,
Now that's one thing they couldn't take from him, you know. But that's the reason why that blood is not.
yeah, because when you start like that, how it's gonna end? You know what I mean? It get wishy washy. You know what I mean?
Or just some people just be reluctant about fucking with it, you know.
And Jack was an asshole too. That don't add on to anything. Jack was really an idiot. Like he charged me $2,000 for that female, and then when I told him what I did, I said I bred it to Haunch. He said, "All right." He went. I said I had 2 males and a female. He said, "All right, give me the female." I said, "Huh?" He said, "Yeah, I want the female." Then I told him he can't have the female. He said some racist shit and everything.
Oh man, the racist shit, man. That shit.
Motherfuckers getting wicked.
He was
I ain't
mad
gonna
about
front, man. We used to just deal with that shit, bro. Maybe that's some sucker shit in today, but of course today and back then, whatever. I mean, it's all bad, but um, I never got called that personally on the phone, but few of my partners, you know, I don't know if he thought he was black or you know what I'm saying, whatever, but you know, a few different dog men, you know, they would use that word a lot, man. You
I
know,
curse Jack the fuck out.
and some motherfuckers like, well shit, you know, you just trying to buy a dog, ain't you? Like, fuck you worried about that for? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's this, he's that. Like, you know, fuck it. Just get what you need and get the fuck out of there kind of shit, you know? But, you know, it is what it is, man.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he was hot. He couldn't get one of them dogs. Yeah, that was. I ain't gonna lie, man. I seen like, and I always told Ralphie that I'm like, yo, Ralphie, you don't really know how to breed. I see he had good dogs. I was always be like, yo, Ralphie, you don't know how to breed dogs good. You got good dogs, but you don't really know how to breed dogs. You lucking up because you just got a lot of high caliber quality dogs around you. I told him, I was like, watch when I breed the. I told him, I was like, watch when I breed the hunch how my moms turned out, man. And they turned out the dogs turned out so good, man. And never got to make it to that other hump because they got stolen.
I had what was this boy I had? I think it was off Lindsay. It had to be a litter mate to this motherfucker right here. I had a litter mate to this with the poncho shit right off Duke Nukem. They said he was producing pretty good. I don't know how true
matter of
that
fact,
is.
look, listen. I had kids off Duke Nukem.
Okay.
We had a whole lid off him. We brought a Jeep Rascal dog to him. I ain't gonna lie. They was raw, man.
Yeah. See, I had that little man. His name was Black Bart, right off of Duke Nukem.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. We had a whole lid off. I ain't gonna lie. We had a whole lid off of him. Bred the Rascal, like a heavy Rascal dog. Heavy Jeep Rascal dog.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna
They
lie.
had some dogs, man.
We had a dog
There
named
was some
Mia.
dogs around. There mine go. Mine was Black Bart. That was him right here.
Yeah,
Black Bart. Born in 05. You know, this is hella ago.
That's a nice little makeup right there.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, you know what's so crazy? You see that dog Lizzie Borton at the bottom?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, my friend had his Lizzie Borton's little mate brother, and this was back. I was young and I had dogs, right? But I didn't have no dogs with papers, and I wanted to breed to I wanted to breed to that dog, man. This dog was, he was a bad motherfucker, man. And that's when I started getting paper dogs because I had a bad dog, man, and he was like, everybody knew my dog was bad, but he's like, she don't got no papers, man. I ain't breeding to it, man. And I was disgusted. I was like, what? And that was it. That was it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That was the breed right there. Munchkin, I ain't even gonna look. Munchkin is right off of Chinaman. All right. It is so crazy that I just seen this. I got a dog right now. I just named her Lizzie Borden. And remember in memory of that. She about 3 months. I just named her that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now this shit was nice, man. His blood was nice. I ran a lot of Conway dogs. I probably had over 10 Conway dogs.
They bred triple. I didn't even know they bred AAA to Sabre.
Yep. Got nut right here.
Sabre is the heaviest Jocko. Yeah. That's the dog that throw. That's the dog that throw that heavy big teeth and stuff in the Waccamaw line. That's Sabre dog.
This dog didn't have a tooth in his head and a half a tongue. This dog had a half a tongue and no
John
teeth.
And Big John mother? Who, that dog?
Yeah, Saber is Big John's mother.
Little John mother too, I believe.
Is it?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, just two different fathers.
Who's Ace? He's off of Ace, huh? Little John or
Yeah.
Oso or one of them. Yep, Little John right off of Ace. Yeah, Ace and Saber. I had a nice one off of Little John. I'm not gonna lie. His name was Kidney Kid. He was nice. He was off of CP and damn Little John. So it's this breed right here, basically. That was a good ass dog, man. And I bred him back to my bitch, my Dudley bitch, that Dudley's Mars Boots bitch that I had. Man, I was having fire at like, shit, I probably was barely 20 with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. Hey, you got to get it in. You got to get it in. You know? Let me see. There's a bunch of damn dogs on here. Getting it in. It's almost midnight on the bricks, you dig? Appreciate everybody that pulled up, though. You know how we do, man. We can make. You know, I'm about to get up early, so we got to get to it. You dig? Get to it. I'll try to get on this thing.
Yes,
Chop
sir.
up some shit. Yes, sir. Say something before we get out of here, Melee.
Man, good luck on reaching out, pull up, man. You know, reached out. I'm definitely gonna pull up on you.
Oh yeah, nah, I appreciate that, man. You know, we got to get that camaraderie back going, man. You know, the community needs it. You know, even though everybody don't want to sit around the table, you know, we still gotta have a table anyway. You know,
No doubt.
people will come back around. You know, what I'm saying they, but we still gotta have the table set though. So, I appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. I'm gonna hit this bump. We'll chop it up in the back, Melee.
Say no more.
Yes, sir.